534 subscribers.
All I know is flex. Talk your girl about your neck. I talk your ass about a check. Big finesse. All I know is run it up. Make sure my words in pocket stuff. I'm smoking. Stuff. Big boy finesse. I'm about to show you what it's all about. Stay in your lane. Stay on my route. Cause we stacking money in helicopter. Except that she's still so out. You looking mad, sit there and pout. Finna hit the bank and cash out. Been trapping hard since the Cub Scout. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Do you even know what y'all rapping about? Or just talking about what you seen at your fucking homie house? Ha, stop frontin'. Please stop frontin' for the public. Talking big shit ain't on nothing. Say you should protect, but we know that's sussing. Say you a shooter, but never get the bustin'. Not for the track, so why you always running? Say you got drugs, but you ain't even funny. Ain't but the money, no time for discussion. Ooh, I ain't trying to talk. There's money you made, so I'm out here hustling. There's money to be made, so I'm out here hustling. Can you heard me? There's money to be made. Give a fuck about you, I just wanna get paid. Me and the crew, yeah, we all self-made. Always underestimated, never underpaid. Boys with home, boys, but can't be swayed. Don't play no game, bitch, I ain't an arcade. These pussy rappers are not what they portray. Boy, I can tell you all some links. See right through them lies you tell. Lie to the judge where it used to be found. In school, them drugs never sound. Thank God I didn't end up in prison. Cause if I see me on lick, you know I was hitting it. Please stop next time you think I ain't with it. Always down for the fam, but you know I'm committed.
Fupa tube. Woo! Woo! We live. All right. What's up, Turtle Riders? To the first Turtle Boy YouTube live. Let me see what we got going on here. So, I know a lot of you, this is like new for you if you haven't been doing the book clubs with us, but it looks like the crowd's starting to build up. So, if you guys would want to do us a favor, because this is obviously new to all of us, if you go on and just take the URL of this show and copy it and paste it into your Facebook machine and let people know, hey, Turtle Boy Live is over here now, that would be great. Bristol, let me see, actually, if you're logged into like one of the Turtle Boy accounts right now, if you wouldn't mind doing the same on one of the Turtle Boy accounts, that would be great, because I'm not currently logged in. Oh, actually, no, you don't even have login. Never mind, so we're not going to share it on that page. I'll just share it on clearance. What am I thinking? All right, we live. All right, cool. So, welcome, Turtle Rise, to the first ever Turtle Boy Live YouTube edition. We're happy you guys could join us. It's definitely going to be new. With us tonight, as always, is our co-host, Brett Killerin. How you doing, Brett?
Good. First time on YouTube. I'm psyched.
I know, popping your cherry. Also with us tonight is our favorite blogger, Bristol Turtle Chick. How you doing, Bristol?
I'm good.
Excellent. All right, folks. Yeah, so you heard it there. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing this in the Facebook machine, letting people know, hey, we're over here now. That'd be great. So we'll see what happens. All right. On that note, how we like to start every episode, and just because we're on YouTube doesn't mean we're switching it up, is a little thing called Where You Reppin'. So let us know in the comments right now, where you repping from? I see Willie from Colerane's back. Excellent. Let's see. Merry Christmas. Southbridge is in the house. Or New Braintree's in the house. It's the same shit. I love it. G Vegas. What's G Vegas? Is that Gardner? Woonsocket's in the house. Let's see. Leicester's in the house. Worcester's in the house. I like how a lot of you are using your same names, but some of you are new here. Abington, Whittensville, Charlton's in the house. Franklin's in the house. Gloucester's in the house. Question, will Kansas City Turtle Rider make it? Let's see. Philadelphia's in the house. Conway, New Hampshire. Weymouth. Holyoke's in the house. Everett's in the house. Gutter Muppets in the house. Salem. Avon's in the house. Excellent. So now people are starting to roll in here. Worcester. Brockton's in the house, man. We got all the shitholes tonight. Saugus is in the house. If we get Lawrence, I'll be all set. Once we get a Lawrence, we can officially start the show. We got Brockton. I haven't seen a New Bedford or a Fall River yet. So still, we got Enfield's in the house. Excellent. Tucson, Arizona. Our girl from Tucson's here. Where's Kansas City, Brett? Where's your girl?
I don't know.
Man, maybe she'll know.
And just by the way, to share it, you can if you tap the video screen.
Yep.
And on the share button, you can share it right to Facebook. Like anyone can just click the video, click that little arrow thing, and you can share it right to your Facebook page.
Well, how about that? Excellent. All right, so Westford's in the house. Mary Xmas Turtle. We have Sydney. She'll come in. So there's my New Bedford. We got a New Bedford in the house. Excellent. So now the show can officially begin. All right. So, this episode, by the way, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. Check them out online at gdplus.com. They've been doing great craftsmanship, not just in the South Shore, but all over New England, everywhere except for Vermont. Vermont, you can go fuck yourself. You don't get garage doors in Vermont. You lived up there because you chose to live away from civilization. As for the rest of us, we like to come home, and we don't want to get out of our cars like morons and have to, put your key in the garage and open it up like an idiot, then get back into your car. Quit being Fred Flintstone. Be George Jetson. Get with the 21st century. Call our friends up at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. You will not regret it, I promise you. All right. Hey from Australia. Oh, Laura's even here. Excellent. This is so much better. You can minimize YouTube on your phone and the sound still plays. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's interesting. Because I always like that. On Facebook Live, when you're listening to a show, you actually have to be on Facebook. It's not like with a podcast. So you guys listen to podcasts on your phone, Bristol or Brett?
I do.
Yeah. And it's convenient because you can have it on and still, go on Safari. You can go on Facebook. You can do other things, right? So I guess you can do that with this. So this seems to be working better. So let's fucking get it started, shall we? All right. First thing up on the agenda. What do we got first? Let's see. We have some good things here in the agenda today. I wanted to start with the Chatham letter.
Okay.
And this is your story. So why don't you give us a little background on this story?
All right, so I had seen this around, actually, and then people started sending it in, but essentially in the Cape Cod Chronicle, which is it's a small newspaper out of Chatham, this woman who is a summer resident had written a letter bitching and moaning pretty much because they were proposing some sort of pre-K scholarship or something like that out of, taxes, and she's not represented because she's a part-time resident, a tourist, and, she doesn't understand why they're making such a big deal about trying to keep young families on the Cape. Pretty much, if you can't afford it, move.
Can I read it in white girl voice?
Yeah, I need white girl voice.
She's got to be
entitled plot voice.
Cunt voice. So this is cunt voice.
That's a new voice.
I mean, right. Cunt voice kind of is white girl voice, no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do cunt voice. I'll introduce cunt voice. All right. My husband and I have been summer residents and taxpayers of Chatham for over 30 years. As summer residents, whilst paying our full share of taxes, we have limited powers related to voting for issues. This, in and of itself, is often frustrating as we read about some of the activities of the town governing bodies that we do not agree with, and seem to be a waste of our valuable tax dollars. After recent articles in the Chronicle, I have two major concerns about the use of our tax dollars. The first deals with the proposal by the town's Economic Development Committee and Chatham 365 Task Force to provide families, regardless of financial need, with pre-K student vouchers of up to $6,000. As a taxpayer, I'm strongly against this proposal. Besides, the few towns mentioned on the Cape in the article, this subsidy in towns and cities throughout the Commonwealth is based on need. Need! Giving such a large subsidy to those who do not need is ridiculous and wasteful. I would rather have my hard-earned dollars go to my family for their child care expenses than go to families who can well afford to pay themselves. So, so basically it seems like, I don't want to read the whole thing. Basically it seems to me, right, like this chick's beef is that she doesn't live there, but she pays property taxes on the house that she owns, and she's mad about this because the property taxes are going to people who actually live in Chatham all year round. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, and pretty much, if you can't afford to live there, then you need to. I like when she goes, I would love to live in Wellesley, but I can't afford it, so I just live in Natick.
I know, like
she lives in
I love how she's like, I'm slumming it in Natick.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, fucking Natick, fucking poor people in Natick. I wish I could live in fucking Natick. Stop it, right? And so, first of all, she owns 2 homes, by the way. So she's acting like
she owns 4.
4 homes.
Actually,
where's her other homes?
She owns 4. So she has a condo, I believe it's in North Andover. Mm-hmm. She has a property in Natick, and she has 2 properties in Chatham.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't get what her beef is. Her beef is like that she's, I don't get it. Like, so she's mad because people who live in Chatham, their kids go to public schools and she's paying for it. Is that my understanding of this fucking chick's beef?
It would be It's a proposal, first of all, so it hasn't even happened yet. Yeah. But what they're trying to do is essentially make it so that they can still have year-round residents down there.
Yeah.
And I just like to preface this by saying that Chatham's tax rate is like, as of 2017, $5 and some change. So their property tax rate is actually pretty low, especially for the Cape.
Okay.
So she's not paying out, an arm and a leg to begin with. Like, I know property taxes in my area are like $10.
Yeah.
The tax rate. So, But her issue is really, why are we doing this when other places don't do this? If you couldn't afford to live there, you would just have to move. Not realizing that the entire reason that these people are being priced out is because of people like her. They can't find housing. 44% of the homes in Chatham alone, right? I think it's more like 48% Cape-wide, but 44% of homes in Chatham are seasonal, compared to the 4.4% in the state.
Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah, because first of all, why you're from the Cape originally?
Yeah, so Chatham's actually my hometown. I left, and I left for a lot of reasons. It wasn't just the cost of living down there, but it is expensive. And I'm watching people that I grow up with now leaving too in hordes, because you can be making 6 figures. You can be making between $75,000 to $100,000 a year. And it's not enough. It's housing is the main crisis there. But along with that, things like childcare, they help you. Your kids have to go somewhere while you're working.
Yeah.
And I think for a 2-bedroom, good luck finding an apartment down there anyway. But if you can find a 2-bedroom apartment, you're still looking at maybe $1,600 a month. They're Boston prices in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how she's like nickel and diming, and then you find this chick's picture, right? And she might be the waspiest wasp who've ever wasped, no?
Yeah, no, the entitlement. And you know what? These people are the people that are taking care of her and her family and every whim that they have, between dining and keeping the roads good and the utilities on. And, all the basic services that she needs while she's on vacation. Good. These people are providing. And if they leave, what's going to happen? They're already busing down just busfuls of people from Fall River and stuff right now, which is not helping the crime rate down there. Yeah. And it's expensive. So if everybody leaves, it's going to be more costly to her than the tiny, tax increase if they start pulling some of these initiatives.
So, Brett, what would it be like, you think, you were like married to this chick?
Oh, that's...
I'm throwing you a softball.
Constant, I bet you she complains when you're eating her out. It's like, oh, well, no. Less knuckle, more fingertip. Fuck you. Dude, guaranteed she's a fucking nightmare constantly.
Like this poor guy, there was a lot of missionary in this guy's life. You know what I mean? A lot of it.
I don't think you're eating her out.
What was that?
I think you got to... I said I was going to say, I don't think you're eating this woman out.
You might, but I'll tell you one thing. If you eat her out, she is not returning the favor. She's one of those. I'll guarantee you that.
No.
Because,
he's why missionary from hole in the bed sheet.
Why should she have to? Why should she have to? It's an honor to munch on her carpet. So why should she would never demean herself to that. So wow, and this was the biggest blog of the week because I think it struck a chord with Cape people in particular. Because if you live in the Cape, you must fucking hate seasonal people, no?
Yeah, tourists are the fucking worst. They're they're filthy, nasty, entitled assholes. They jam up the roads with traffic.
Yeah.
You know, they're constantly. I used to. I actually used to work for the Cape Cod Times way back then in their home delivery, right? So I'd be out in the early mornings delivering fucking newspapers. And every summer, without fail, fucking assholes would be on their bicycles at like 6 a.m. fucking driving down the road. And they built them a brand new fucking bike trail that goes from like Bourne all the way down to P-Town. So there's a bike trail there, but they're still going to jam off the roads with their fucking bicycles. I've never wanted to hit another human being as much as I have a tourist on a fucking bicycle.
Yeah, I mean, like, Cape Cod is like, I'd rather kill myself than go there in the summer. I like going there in the winter. You can get a fucking motel room in Yarmouth for like fucking $50. It's great. And I like...
If you go a motel room that's not, filled with fucking...
you have to assume whatever... If you're getting a fucking hotel in Yarmouth, you have to assume it's shitty. And you just, like, you can't think about it. You just fucking suck it up. You sleep there for a night. It is what it is. But I like... Chatham's my favorite town on the Cape. I think it's the best town on the Cape because it's a little bit isolated. Like, it ain't on the way to anything. The only thing that sucks about it is all the fucking sharks in Beverly. Like, those are the two downsides.
Did you see they made the bumper stickers now? They don't be a Beverly. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah,
why didn't we...
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. Dylan keeps saying, fix your website, Uncle Turtle Boy. How can we fix it? What would you like us to do wrong? Because I'd actually like to talk about this for a moment. Please tell me, Dylan. Dialer Turden. Whatever that means. How can we fix the website? What would you specifically like us to do to fix it? I would like to know.
I was being a Beverly right now. He's like, fix your website.
Yeah, are you being a Beverly? And Dialer, how many hoodies did you buy? That's what I'd like to know. Or how many times have you hit the PayPal button? That's what I'd like to know. Because I'd really like to know. People are always like, they're like, your website's cancer, this and that. I'm like, well, yeah, I'd prefer not having ads, but motherfucker, you need to buy a hoodie. You know what I mean? You need to fucking do something. Because if I would rather, like, that'd be fucking awesome if we could go ad free. No doubt. I'd love to go ad free. I don't want some of this shit on my fucking website. But what are we supposed to do? Oh, I bought your book, but okay, well then you're forgiven then. Okay, you did your part. All right, but seriously, I would like to know then. I would like to know what we could do differently, right? Because if you read the book, you understand the conundrum that we're in, right? Because this shit right here, I'd rather this not be here, but it pays the bills. You know what I mean? The Guerrero Jeweler one, that doesn't. This is like an ad that doesn't fucking like cause. First of all, Guerrero Jewelers is awesome. We blogged about them a couple months ago, and then we formed a partnership with them. They're great. They're the ones that put this up on a billboard and caused all types of fucking SJW triggering. But this shit right here, this like helps pay the bills. Unfortunately, I just scroll right past it. I don't know about you guys. I've never fucking clicked on any of that shit. It's just a thing I scroll past. And this too, it's just a thing. Yeah, it's a little bit of work to get to the content, but at the end of the day, I mean, what are you doing? You're just scrolling, right? Is it really that hard? Are people really that, like, I don't know. Do you guys feel inconvenienced about it? Tell me, honestly, Bristol and Brett, do you guys feel inconvenienced by that?
I use the app. The app has, I click on the app, the stories come up, I click a story, I literally put my phone down, light a cigarette, pack a dab, whatever it is. That one strip of ads come up, I hit the X, I read the article, and I have no fucking problems. It's literally one ad.
Yeah. Do you use the app, Bristol?
I don't use the app. I mean, to be completely honest, I kind of go in backdoor a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
You.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I bet
when
you
I do go on the actual website, like I go through the browser. The only thing that really inconvenienced me, which is now gone, were the goddamn redirects. But now that that's over,
yeah. Well, that's one good thing about being blacklisted by Google AdSense is the redirects have ended. Last year at this time, everyone listening right now is getting a fucking free iPhone. Remember those days when y'all won free iPhones and Amazon gift cards? Like the second you came on the fucking site, it was like literally cancer.
And there and there was all kind of local Asians just waiting to meet me.
Tons of local Asians.
I haven't gotten any of those. Yeah. I never got my Asian's iPhone or fucking gift card.
I never got my Wanda's Asians, my fucking free iPads, or any of that.
We used to get those all the time because malicious shit would get through Google AdSense, right? Well, now that we're blacklisted by Google AdSense, we don't have to worry about that. So the most you're getting now is just this kind of, annoying shit that you have to scroll through a little bit. And it definitely slows down the site a little bit, but you know what? It is what it is. But like Brett says, the app, I think the app is great. The ads suck, but the articles are...
That one, like if you pick a story and then just wait a second, that one app pops up with the X at the top. You click that, and then boom, I don't get another pop-up or anything.
Yeah, the pop-up is easy. You get the freaking pop-up, and there's literally an X.
It's one X.
And then you're done. You know what I mean? I go to a lot of sites where it's like that. It's like, I don't get it. Emily says that the phone app is horrid. The app definitely takes a little too long to load. It takes 5 or 10 seconds. But once it's up, it's up. I mean, that's what the experience I have. Is that what you guys get too?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's... I mean, if anyone's upset, then my suggestion would be buy more shit.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I think a lot of people listen. The type of people that come to the show, we're preaching. These are the people that do support. These are our best fans. Listening to the show.
Yeah,
we're preaching to the choir right here. You know what I mean? And so I mean the mobile site. Yeah, it's like I really only see one pop up. I mean, I guess it is what it is. I mean, to me, it's like all websites are like that. Like I hardly go to any websites now where I don't have to X out of a fucking ad. You know what I mean? As long as I can X out of it and I don't have to watch a 30-second video. I watch YouTube videos, right? And I'll be watching the fucking video. If it's I watch a lot of fucking Nat Geo and shit, right? And if it's an hour-long documentary, they throw 7 fucking commercials in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, with no warning too. It just cuts all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
You have to watch it for 6 seconds and then you skip it, whatever. But it's a minor inconvenience.
Fucking NFL memes fucking link.
Yeah.
On Facebook, and it brings it to that 12 Up website.
Yeah. That's cancer.
Where every 2 sentences is click next.
Yeah.
Click next.
Oh, I hate those.
And I fucking hate that shit.
Imagine we had slideshows. Oh, slideshows. People who make slideshows in 2018, they can go right to hell. Those people. I fucking if I click on your site and I go to it and it's top 10 whatever, I'm like, I expect to go there and it better be just fucking 10 in a row. I better not have to be next. Nope, I'm not doing fucking next.
Yeah, no.
Not doing
Those people can go live with Beverly.
Yeah. Let's see.
That little Dyla Turden that compared to Deadspin or Barstool. All right, go fuck off. You just lost all.
First of all, you want to talk about Deadspin or Barstool? Let's go to fucking because we're gonna beef right now. We're gonna fucking settle this once for all. I'm gonna go to Deadspin right now. First of all, you know what we have?
Liberal sports.
You know what we have better than fucking Deadspin? Content. And we're not, our writers aren't a bunch of fucking social justice cunts. So that kind of helps too. So yeah, I guess they have a lot of fucking money, these people. And by the way, every third fucking article on Deadspin is a fucking ad, by the way. Saturday's best deals. Camera, accessories, Nugget ice maker, Razor, no, I ain't clicking on that shit. Oh, look at this fucking ad. I hate looking at this ad. It's really fucking hurting me to look at this fucking ad. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll click on that shit. Yeah, it's a fucking clickbait shit. Oh, watch live games and events anywhere with the free 7-day trial of ESPN Plus. How about go fuck yourself instead? I'm not clicking on your bullshit. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. Let's check out Barstool. Let's check out BarstoolSports.com.
Stool Sample Sports?
Yeah.
And technically, I am your resident social justice warrior cunt. So
yes,
we got that too.
We can only have so many cunts here, right? And let's see on Barstool here. Okay. Kentucky's win over UNC proved you were an absolute moron. Yeah, I have no interest in clicking on that. I have no interest in any of the shit. Literally the third one down. The third fucking blog down. Sponsored content. Have you ever wondered why Supreme Court nominations are for life? No. I've never once fucking wondered that, ever, okay? And I don't want to buy a fucking truck from Herb Chambers So I'm going to go fucking kill myself right now. Oh, random thoughts. Look, something popped up. They want me to join their fucking newsletter. Nope. Oh, I got to hit an X here. Wow, that was so fucking hard. Oh, man, I hate hitting that X. See what I mean? Like, name a fucking website. And these websites are fucking owned by millionaires. They can afford the best fucking hosting, the fastest shit in the world. We're poor as shit, man. We're a mom and pop blog. We get by, okay? So you got to understand that the reason people come to Turtle Boy isn't because we're like fucking fast and innovative and all this shit. You come to Turtle Boy because we provide better content than everyone. We provide the coolest stories that no one else fucking has. We give it to you straight like nobody else fucking does. We're not stuck up social justice cunts, okay? And yeah, and for the price you have to pay for that is you got to hit a fucking X. And then you got to scroll a little bit to get to the content. So that's it. So I'm sorry, Dialer. I appreciate you buying the book. I thank you for that. But this is just fucking where we're at. It is what it is. So yeah. So no, we are not like Barstool. We are not like Deadspin. We are better than them. Okay, we're much better than them, but we're not as rich as them. So we're not as fast as them. All right. Let's see. Stop whining. Yeah, the blog's worth every ad. Thank you. If some chick proposed to me, I don't know what I'd do. The app throws me back up to the top of the bid. Yes, that's the one thing about the Rev Content one, right? When you get that, and I find that annoying as well, right? Where you get that pop-up, it comes up, and you click it, it sends you right back to the top, doesn't it? You guys notice that?
Yeah, well, I just, wait a minute. Like, I click on the story I want. I literally put my phone down, do whatever it is, the other thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Taking my coffee, finishing my shit, whatever the fuck it is. That long ad pops up with the X at the top. I hit X, and then boom, I'm good.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Seconds.
Yeah. So it looks like, yeah, I mean, looks like people are agreeing with us. Excellent. So thank you very much. We are a mom and pop blog. So it is what it is. You're just going to have to deal with it. Die-hard Turtle Riders understand that, you know, we're struggling, we're trying to get by, etc. Let's go on to the next topic. All right, the next topic up on the Turtle Boy Live show are, let's see, what do I want to go to here? Oh, facial made out. That was the one I wanted to do next. Facial made out. Let's bring this out. Oh, we're going to get the pop-up, so watch out for this.
Uh-oh. You don't want to upset Dialer.
Yeah, I know. I apologize. I mean, he bought the book, so I do appreciate that. And the mere fact
No, I mean, I'm not shitting on him. Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's fucking, like you said, we're not fucking Ben Shapiro or Joe Rogan to where we can have these great fucking websites and apps and shit.
Yeah. I'd like to be someday.
It could be a lot worse. We could have a website like BLN News.
Yeah, I know. Right? Well, put it this way. If Facebook didn't fuck with us like they did so much in the past year, if they didn't fucking like literally bend me over and fuck me in the ass, right, then I'm I was going to invest all fucking types of money into this website. Because every dollar I make, I want to fucking invest right back into this shit, right? I don't want to fucking buy yachts and stuff like that. I just want to make Turtle Boy great again. And, you know, that was the plan. I was going to fucking really spice this thing up and bring it to the 21st century. And then shit happens, man. It is what it is. So here we are. All right, so let's talk about Noah Toledo from Jamaica Plain. All right, now, as you can see from like the whole Rice alumni abolish ICE thing, Noah is a BLT 123, meaning that I'm going to call her she just because I reserve the right to call you whatever gender I choose to. And if you thought that Didi Delgado was America's our Boston's best.
Didi is a rookie compared to this fucking little freak.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like Didi and Noah should have like a fucking fight to the death in Coolidge Square. You know what I mean? Get some, go fight in the Boston Common. So
Occupy Boston.
Yes, exactly. So Noah has mastered the art of self-victimization and identity politics, and evidently claims to be a Rice University. Rice is a great school in Houston, and then graduated from there, and then studied literature and creative writing and got their master's at Harvard. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe this is a Harvard graduate?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Something about this just doesn't add up. You know who gets their masters from Harvard? Fucking Barack Obama. Like, fucking presidents of the United States, CEO, Fortune 500 CEOs. Like, if you get a master's degree from fucking Harvard, you will never make less than $250,000 a year for the rest of your life. Ever. You know.
So I have family that I have a brother that graduated from Harvard. I have a brother that graduated Emmanuel, and I have a cousin from Georgetown. And they pretty much walked out with jobs. Good jobs. You know what I mean?
I mean, talk connections.
That's what you're paying.
You're
for.
a fucking Harvard grad.
Yeah.
Like you are.
That's career shit. Like that's not that you get out and you get a job. You step into a career.
Yeah.
Versus, like you know what I mean.
Like you said, you leave there knowing that you're going to get a job because it's already fucking destined. There's fucking circles there, you know, with Harvard graduates. And they're like, yeah, we're going to get you here, and then you're going to work here, and then you're going to fucking kill it because we're all fucking Harvard, and we run the fucking world. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, David Hogg's going to... By the way, you guys see David Hogg got into fucking Harvard? Not to change the subject.
I can't even fucking... I fucking hate that.
He got rejected from UCLA last year, a fucking party school in California. Right? And he did nothing in the last year except come to Worcester. He walked from Worcester to Springfield and tweeted a bunch. That's what he's been doing the last year. He probably hasn't read a fucking book because he tweets all day. He's done nothing to further himself academically. But somehow now he gets into Harvard. What was that?
Yeah, when you fucking hear that kid talk, you know that he hasn't read a fucking book.
Oh, yeah. Go on his Twitter. I follow his... Back when we were allowed on Twitter, I want to... Like, he's just not smart.
Hitting children, but that kid's mother needs to hit him, a lot.
Like,
with a closed fist.
He wasn't even a good student in high school. The smartest kid at Parkland High School, the valedictorian of, like, the junior class right now, is the conservative one, Kyle Kashev. I used to follow him, too. And Kyle's like fucking a million times smarter than these kids, and he just fucking owns them all day long. But it's just like David Hogg is getting into Harvard because he's David Hogg. This is a celebrity, you know. So basically, it's white male privilege that got him in, essentially. So anyway, let's talk about Noah Toledo. So this is what Noah Toledo writes about. You got to see this telltale. On Saturday, September 22nd, I was walking home late from Center Street and something occurred that caused me to wake up the next day in the hospital with a fractured temporal bone, cuts on the back of my head, and traumatic brain injury, including 3. So it sounds like, you know, she got beaten like with a lead pipe or some shit. So the hospital papers said that, quote unquote, I fell, but my injuries look like this was no fall. I'm a trans person of color and fear this was a hate crime. I really hope it was not, but I need to know either way. So, time out. So the hospital says, these are professionals, right? They're like, yeah, you fell. But she's like, but at the same time, I'm a trans person of color. So odds are that because I'm a trans person of color, I was just walking down the street and then someone's like, yo, I fucking hate trannies. The only thing I hate more than trannies are trannies of color. So eat fucking hickory, motherfucker, and just knock them the fuck out. And the next thing you know, she wakes up fucking barely alive in the hospital. Like, yo, how'd I get here, son? And they're like, yo, you fell. But she's like, nah, this is a lie. I definitely got beat up because I'm a trans person of color. Like, what the fuck? Am I alone? Do you guys think?
It's like it.
Go ahead.
First of all, what color? Because she looks white.
She looks white as fuck.
Am I wrong?
No, she looks white as fucking like that. Looks like a fucking like Italian. She looks like she could be on the Jersey Shore or something. You know.
And second of all, I mean, even if she doesn't even know what the fuck happened, but if she knew that she was assaulted, you know that shit. It's not an AIDS test. You don't have to wait for the results. Like, was it a hate? Like, you know what is happening. That's what makes it a hate crime. Like, if someone isn't.
If someone's what?
You would stomp in your face is the fucking. If someone isn't like screaming tranny at you or whatever sexual identity slurs and like stomp in your face, then it wasn't a fucking hate crime. Like that's what differentiates a regular crime from a hate crime.
Yeah,
and she just fell.
Yeah,
that reminds me of that broad that said she was down the Cape and like I'm pretty sure I got raped and I woke up 3 blocks away in this exclusive neighborhood, and no one would help me. It's like, none of that happened ever.
Well, you know what? In that, at least you have the option of roofies when it goes to rape. You know what I like? Would they roofie this bitch and then fucking commit a hate crime? That seems like a lot.
Yeah, usually that's the lie. By the way, usually that's the lie that you get from these people is that like, yo, I crashed my car. I must have been roofied. That's usually the one. Now she's like, yo, I fucking fell. I must have been the victim of a person of color trans hate crime. Okay. And then she's like, you know.
Maybe you were just the victim of you ran your fucking mouth and got it closed.
Yeah, how about that?
Maybe that's the only crime that was committed.
She's a victim of you had too much to drink and tried to walk home.
Yeah. And did you see the injuries, by the way? Can we talk about the injuries? Like, I got to show you the fucking. Yeah. Here's a picture of the injuries, you people watching on YouTube. And I don't even see a fucking injury. Do you? She's like lifting up.
Those are Cadena level injuries right there.
Yeah, like I don't even fucking like that's it. Like that's fucking it. Like I hurt myself fucking, you know, more getting into my car for this fucking show. I banged my head. Okay. That I'm willing to bet I'm in more pain than fucking she was, you know. And so it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And so of course it's a hate crime. And of course they say that Boston police has not launched any investigation. Probably because there's nothing to investigate, okay? I used to love my neighborhood. The gentrification, rent increase, and now this make me feel unwanted and unwelcome. First of all, you live in Jamaica Plain, okay? Which, it's always been gentrified in Jamaica Plain. I've been to Jamaica Plain, all right? You have to have money to live in Jamaica Plain. Stop it. If you're just like, if you went to Rice University not very long ago, and you moved here, don't act like you've been living here since the neighborhood fucking used to be fucking ghetto. It's been gentrified for like 20 years now. So stop her with that garbage, all right? And then she goes on to say, you know, she just woke up there. And of course, she starts a GoFundMe, which has raised somehow off of this bullshit fucking story. Like, it's not even remotely believable. Over $4,000 fucking dollars. That's insane. Like, you can just say anything you want, and because she knows the crowd she's dealing with, right? She's talking to a very radical left-wing, social justice, Jamaica Plain, urban, liberal, fucking, you know, everything. You said as soon as she said the word transgender, they were just like, shut up and take my money, right?
Just start whipping fucking bank receipts at her.
Fuck yeah.
Just take it.
Oh,
take
dude.
it.
White guilt. Make it out to white guilt. Fucking here you go. Okay. Here we go.
In the check note, I'm going to put, because I'm guilty of being white.
Yeah.
It's $1,000, sir.
Hashtag cis privilege, you know? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, and so these idiots are, you know, I mean, it's their money. If they want to give the money away, go for it. But this is what we do. We call these people out. What'd she say about a werewolf? But I also look like a werewolf. It would be nice to look nice. Okay.
Oh, God. She identify as a fucking wolf? What?
Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, she's using, like, hashtag hate crime survivor now, okay, as part of, like, the campaign to vote yes on 3. And that's why this whole thing, whenever people bring up transgender issues, they're always like, yo, nobody is, like, victim of more hate crimes than us. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit.
Me too.
You know what that means? That means that you got into a fucking fight and you lost. I think that, do we agree that's what happened here? This chick just got in a fight.
I think she fell drunk. That's what I think.
Fell drunk?
I think Bristol's right there. I think she was hammered, fucking fell down, and then goes, oh, I'm pretty sure I got hate crimes.
And she walked to the hospital? Or she didn't talk about that part. Like, so were you found unconscious in the street because you don't remember anything? Or did you fucking walk there and you're like, yo, I need to fucking see a doctor, son? Like, what? Stop killing us. So anyway, this is just the beginning. So she realizes she got us a good deal. She starts looking, by the way, she starts off every fucking post now with, hey neighbors, your favorite currently disabled trans assault survivor here.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my fucking God.
Enough. Fucking enough. All right.
Can we call Noah? Let's call Noah Toledo. I know, for fuck's sake. I can feel fucking Brett getting mad right now. I can feel the anger. Brett has had enough. As soon as that happens, as soon as they start off with saying, once again, they start off the post in which she's begging for more free shit. Hey neighbors, your favorite currently disabled trans assault survivor here. Survivor, like barely fucking made it out with the boo-boo. So let's Noah. Let's see. Toledo. Sounds like a fucking porn star's name, doesn't it? Noah Toledo.
This is exactly what the fuck is wrong with society. This like I fucking hate GoFundMe. I hate begging on the fucking. I hate all of this.
By the way,
and you know what? I don't think it's their money. They like fuck you for donating to this shit. It just creates another example to give somebody else a fucking bright idea out there.
So update. I just checked out her page 3 hours ago. She shared the blog. Okay, and let me read.
Fucking Christ.
I gotta read this because we're reading this in real time, Total Redders. This is breaking news. All right, BLT123 finds blog. Oh man, it's a long fucking post. Holy fucking shit! Look at this fucking post. I can't read all this right now. Good.
No, you have to.
You know, I'll start with it. CW. So that means, what does that mean? Trigger warning or something? Transphobia?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what they want.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She goes, transphobia, misgendering, misogyny, victim shaming, doxing, and the spreading of false information. First of all, we didn't dox anyone, okay? Victim shaming, you ain't a victim. Misogyny, how can we be misogynistic against you if you claim to be a dude? How about that?
You know what the fuck you want?
Yeah, exactly. I thought
you're not a broad.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut the fuck up, then.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm therapist. I'm making fun of another dude.
So she's
Shut up.
She's a fucking chick when she wants to be a chick, and a dude when she wants to be a dude. Okay, misgendering and transphobia. Pretty sure that's all tied in together. Now, just for the record, I'm not transphobic. Nobody here is transphobic, right? Phobia means like you're fucking afraid of them. I'm not afraid of transgender people. I just refuse to accept the fact that, like, you tell me to call you fucking they, I ain't calling you fucking they. If that makes me transphobic, then so be it.
I'm not. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. It's none of my fucking business whether you want to be a guy that dresses like a girl. I'll even call you she or he. I draw the line at they because I'm not rewriting the fucking English language over this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm all right with it. It's not my fucking business. But it's not your get out of work free fucking card.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking, like, honestly, if we treated all these fucking trans and fucking different races, if we treated them differently, that would be actual real bigotry. Like, it's soft fucking bigotry. I don't play that.
Absolutely.
I will judge you by the content of your fucking character, and I will fucking respect you to a point. But I'm not playing this fucking bend over backwards, walk on eggshells because you identify differently. That's bullshit.
By the way, is this the blog that ended with a prediction that they would do exactly this? Let me see the fucking last sentence of this blog. Says, prediction, Noah will read this, immediately claim that we're victimizing her, and use it to jumpstart another GoFundMe. They're so fucking predictable, aren't they? They're so fucking predictable. Like, and let me read part of this. After the initial read, I felt sick, depressed, and anxious and wasn't going to post those. So we made her sick, okay? I decided I'm not letting some jerk with a laptop, probably covered in Cheeto dust, crusty hand lotion, and self-loathing, who passes himself off as a journalist, ruin my holidays, or cause me to spiral into depression. Oh, okay. So they're strong. And by the way, of course they call us, Trump supporters. Okay. This is a very long post, but I wrote a lengthy response because it's the only time I'll waste precious energy on this hateful garbage. I don't even have time to read this whole thing right now. Okay. And
how the fuck do you say I won't give these people the,
I know, right?
the satisfaction of, and then write a fucking war and peace on fucking Facebook?
Yes.
She wastes all of her energy for the week.
Shut
on
your
that
fucking mouth.
Yeah. And by the way,
shut up.
Of course, the first thing she does is go to the comments and pick out the meanest comments. This is what they love to do. They love to go to our fucking cesspool of a comment section, which we all know is just filled with anonymous trolls who fucking say shit because they're anonymous, right? And whatever, because we're
They're
anonymous.
not nice to us either, to be fair.
Yeah. They call. Oh, you should see what they say
nice
about Bristol.
to
You should see what they say about Bristol. Oh my fuck! And God bless her soul.
And I love it.
Remember Manchester? Good God, they fucking skewered her.
They were awful to her too.
Oh my God!
If there's any folks listening, I feed off your hate.
Yes.
So, you can do it. You don't. You can stop either way. But like, my point being is, they're not nice to us either. It's fucking free speech. Get over it.
Oh my God! Then she goes.
I use your fucking tears as creamer for my coffee. You sissy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then she goes on to say, this kind of cruelty is exactly why my 40% of my community attempts suicide. No. 40% of you, I don't think 40% try to do that, okay? Secondly, maybe, just maybe, it's because your community often seems to be suffering from mental illness. Because generally, people who try to kill themselves are mentally ill. Maybe there's a fucking connection there. I don't know. But she goes on to say, I survived...
Now, that tried to kill themselves stat,
yeah.
40% of my kind attempt suicide.
Yeah.
No, 40% of your kind, if that's a real stat, 40% of your kind do attention-seeking behavior.
Yeah.
If you want to die,
yeah, you can do it.
You kill yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not, now, suicide's no joke. I'm not making light of mental illness and stuff like that. Like, honestly, I know I like to fucking joke around a lot.
Yep.
I am not in any way, shape, or form making fun of someone that thinks that their life is so bad they have to end it.
Yeah.
But if you're doing suicide attempts, you're not trying to kill yourself.
You're not trying harder.
You're trying to get the attention your real life lacks.
Yeah, try harder.
It's not hard to kill yourself.
Yeah, it's really
It's real fucking easy.
And I honestly believe, I'm like, attempted suicide is not a thing. That doesn't count. Unless you actually fucking do it. Unless you actually kill yourself, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about the time you almost killed yourself, okay? That don't count. Right? We've all, quote unquote, almost killed ourselves, right? By fucking driving too fast or something. Stop it. You're just looking for a fucking pity party. If you had any fucking balls, you'd fucking do it. But you don't, because you'd have no intention to kill yourself, okay? You just like the attention that comes along with the idea that you might kill yourself. Because you know why? There's another GoFundMe in the mix there, okay? Stop it. Stop it. I want results.
I just want to be clear. I'm not making fun of suicide or anything like that.
Yeah.
Fucking, I know I go off the rails and stuff. That's not my point. It's, you don't attempt suicide. You kill yourself. Like, that's how that works. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think sometimes either way.
Take 4 Tylenol PMs. Oh, I tried to kill myself yesterday. Thank God. No, bitch. You tried to get attention yesterday, and then you posted on Facebook at 10 in the morning.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
yourself.
You got to read these comments here. Like, reported for hate speech, call up defamation lawyers. I'm going to report their post and encourage everyone report. By the way, this is the difference between liberals and conservatives, okay? When conservatives see something they don't like, they go on the attack. And they're like fucking libtards. They fucking swear at you. They're fucking rude. Sometimes they can be racist. Shit like that. When liberals see something they don't like, they're like, reported. I'm going to go report this. I'm going to tell Mark Zuckerberg, and you're not going to be allowed on this platform anymore because this is hate speech. And, you know, I dug around. Oh, good God. Hugs, dude. Sorry this is happening.
I fucking hate that term. Hate speech does not exist.
Yeah.
There is no such, it's a fucking speech. There is no such thing as fucking hate.
Now they're trying to get...
I cannot believe them.
Look what this guy's doing. By the way, this is the next thing to defund
but no,
us.
this has been proven. They broke this
it's
down.
Not. The Supreme Court said that.
A fucking buzzword.
The Supreme Court said that. Now look at this, right? I dug around on the Turtle Boy site. They like to solicit donations for their hateful shit via PayPal. I encourage everyone to get them defunded through PayPal. So now they're like, this is what they do. And people always say like, oh, well, if you get, deplatformed off of Facebook, whatever, you just go somewhere else. What if every fucking tech company deplatformed?
That's not how it works.
Yeah. It's like, this is their plan. Oh, Patreon, Fucking get them off of Patreon. Twitter, get them off of Twitter. Like, they're so fucking disingenuous. And this is what the book is all about, people. These people are literal Nazis, okay? And you like to use that word a lot. This is modern day book burning, okay? They see something they disagree. What was that wrong in that blog? Nothing. All that blog called out was somebody who is clearly lying about being the victim of a hate crime, okay, and defrauding people of thousands of dollars. Thousands, okay, repeatedly, over and over again. What we did was call out an obvious lie that the police believe is a lie and that the professionals at the hospital believe is a lie. All of that. But this individual still insists that because we called them out on a lie, we must be silenced. You know why? Because we are a threat to their scam. We are a threat to their livelihood. For years, these people have been able to get away with this, with lying to the general public and scamming people out. And now Turtle Boy shows up, and the gravy train is over. It's over. We are a threat to their way of life. And they're like, you know what we need to do? We need to stop them. We need to stop them from pointing out how full of fucking shit we are. Because we had a fucking great thing going, and this fucking turtle fucker comes along. Okay? And then she goes, if I could afford a lawyer, I'd sue Turtle Trash for libel. Please, call up fucking Dick and Vulva. How about Mike Gaffney? He'll fucking help you out. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. And you know what we'll do in Discovery? We're going to call up the fucking police. We're going to call up the things. We're going to go through all your fucking paperwork, and we're going to find out just how much you fucking scammed it. I fucking beg you. I fucking beg you to sue me. I would love nothing more.
I do. All the time I say, I would love to, because you know what I want to do? If you really want to get to the point with what I write, and I fact check meticulously, as do the rest of the bloggers, and I know this for fact. I've had shit cut that I was later writing because it was too much of a hunch.
Yeah.
If you really want to step to it and sue, I will pay your legal fees if you prevail, because I know you won't. And when you don't win, I will turn around and publish the deposition under oath so that everybody else can see. No fucking questions asked. No more speculation. No more that you are a fucking liar.
God, I love it.
I would have loved that.
God,
ultimate vindication for me.
Yeah. By the way, she goes, and by the way, this person, by the way, in the rest of the blog, okay, this was supposed to be a quick blog, but good God, I can't believe we found this post. You know, they go on. Yeah, no, exactly. First of all, I don't believe, and I would love to get in there and be like, yo, what? I'd like to see your degree from Harvard, because you said that you graduated from Harvard. I'd like to see all of that. All right. And, she's begging for all this free shit. Harvard Latino, like really pushing that hard. The fucking person's barely Latino. Like, you're a fucking American. You were born in the United States of America. I'm fucking Irish, right? Because my ancestors but I never fucking lived in Ireland, and you never lived in fucking Mexico. You're a fucking American. And by the way, this individual does not pay rent. As they said, mom and dad fucking have paid December and January's rent for her, okay? So she has, what fucking bills do you have? She said that she's collecting SSDI. No, she's applying for it. Because of her injury from her hate crime, which, by the way, if they get SSDI and food stamps off of a fucking lie, now you're defrauding not just individual people, you're defrauding Uncle Sam and the American fucking government. And believe me, they ain't gonna be as kind as Turtle Boy. They ain't gonna be as kind. That's Donald Trump's Justice Department. You don't like Trump now? Wait till he takes his dick out and he fucks you with it. Then you're really not gonna fucking like it, and so it just goes on, like everything on here is just like pride, like selling shit off of pride. By the way, all this shit that she says is for, LBG, whatever causes. She's like, but the PayPal is made out to her. And by the way, yeah. And what is this email? g.harvard.edu. Is that graduate? Is that like their official graduate school? Because I've never seen that before. I mean,
what is it?
Toledo.
No, I've never.
It's at g.harvard.edu. Is that an official Harvard email address? And if
I've never seen that myself.
That sounds weird. It seems like she's trying to pretend. And if she's not a Harvard student anymore, then that email address wouldn't be active, would it?
I was just going to say, how does she still have her? Because I don't have my college email anymore.
Yeah. And so, by the way, she goes, I'm raising money to buy my frame for my master's diploma.
Oh my God.
How worthless is your fucking diploma if you can't afford to buy a fucking frame for it?
Let's pretend that she does. Pretend that she did graduate with a master's degree from Harvard. Fuck you for not having a career right now. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, because she can't. She's a victim of a hate crime. She can't work. And by the way, she had the BLT 123 surgery paid for by the taxpayers, Mass Health, and Mass Health fucking got her fucking tits chopped off, right? But she's unhappy because under her arms she's got man arms. I apologize. She has woman arms, but she wants man arms, so she wants something chopped off there, but it's cosmetic, and she's whining that Mass Health, which covers fucking pretty much everything, isn't covering this. So the taxpayer-funded health insurance that's already fucking paying for her cosmetic, unnecessary surgery isn't covering enough aspects of her cosmetic fucking non-essential surgery.
They didn't cut off her chicken flaps. That flabby shit under her arm.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
I don't have flabby shit under my arm, and I'm a female.
They didn't cut off my chicken flaps. You know what? Go fuck yourself with all this shit. All right? I can fucking cover myself in feathers. It doesn't make me a fucking bird. You still have a cunt, sir. Yeah. So shut the fuck up.
You ever seen those females that do like bodybuilding and shit? They have man arms and they didn't need surgery to do that. Just go lift some weights all the free time that you have.
Well, this is interesting. I repeat, cannot work. Yes, period, you, period, can, fuck, period, you, period, in, period, the, period, cunt, because you still have one, okay? Stop it. My case is, go ahead.
You know why I started blogging, really is because I believe so strongly in tearing this fucking shit down because it is creating the worst fucking society. There is no excuse. Like, I understand that people's feelings get hurt, and I'm sure that this is part of where it's coming from too, where, attacking the finances and these fucking feelings. But people need to toughen the fuck up. Yeah. Really. Honestly. Because I have, in my past, a billion excuses that I see put up on the internet every day for why people can't fucking work. And I go to work every single fucking day. There's no excuse. And the fact that we continue to perpetuate this idea that and the excuses keep growing. They keep evolving. They keep changing. But we're making it so inclusive to all these reasons why you deserve things from other people. That I shudder to see what it's going to be like in 20 years. There's going to be no more job market. Everybody's just going to be fucking typing away on their fucking phones all day. Begging.
Yeah. You know what she goes on to say here too? She's like, and fun fact, I got into Harvard College in 1998. Harvard College? It's Harvard University. No one who went to fucking Harvard would ever call it Harvard.
Wouldn't you get that right? No, I'm sorry. Wouldn't you get that right?
Yeah.
Like, if I went to fucking Harvard, I'd be like, I was accepted into Harvard University in this year. I did this many years.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a milestone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a high point of my fucking life is getting into Harvard College.
And by the way, of course they do this too. Go ahead.
No one says that.
Yeah, nobody fucking says that. Exactly. And she goes on to say that Turtle Trash Water Sports or whatever is run by anti-political correctness conservative on the Trump train. This is what they fucking do. We're not, when the fuck do we fucking say good things about Donald Trump? When? Like, when's the last time
I surely do not.
It's like, what? But they're fucking liars. This is what they do. They know that everything we do is legitimate. So the only way to make us look illegitimate is they have no choice but to make shit up. It's all they can fucking do. When you're a liar, that's all you can fucking do is just tell more fucking lies. And she wants to call us Trump supporters because she knows that will resonate with her followers because it fucking feeds into this whole narrative that she's trying to create. That, oh, look what Trump did.
You said Trump, here's $30 more.
Yeah, exactly.
I think honestly what it is these people are so fucking brainwashed, right? And so oblivious that they cannot imagine existing outside of a space that is polarized, right? Like, if you're not 100% with them, then you must be a gun-toting, racist, fucking inbred Trump supporter.
Yes,
exactly. Not saying that all Trump supporters are all those things, but you have to be, and that's what I mean. that's what they think that all Trump supporters are like. I know that they're not. I'm married to one.
Yeah.
And I am not. But, like, you know, we seem to coexist somehow. We exist in that middle space that, like, we're still here, guys. There is still, like, a moderate, sane, logical middle space.
Yeah. Yeah. And
let's just get it over with. Start the Civil War 2.0.
Yeah.
Let's just get it over with.
I can't wait to
My side.
I think where the revolution starts is what we're doing, though.
You know what I mean? We have all the guns. We have the balls. We need dumb shit.
Man, check out these comments. Telling you people, go to this person's page and just read some of the comments. This is fucking great. Sue the living hell out of whoever wrote the article, Mr. Toledo, for untrue allegations and defamation. Like, oh my fucking God. We are going... This is not the last... Yo, by the way, and she has a cat. She raised all this money for this fucking cat. That she has to have a fucking cat, of course, and a fucking therapist. So, you know, she doesn't work or anything, but all this is fucking paid for. I mean, the mentality of these people that think that this is an okay way to live, to just go through life, and, like, where this all comes from, I don't even think they fucking think about it. Like, who's paying for my health care? Not my fucking problem. I'm owed this. I'm owed this. This is why Donald Trump is president in the fucking first place. These fucking people ruin this country, I swear to God. So anyway.
Every time that they bitch, every time that I hear a fucking, you know, liberal bitch about, like, you are the reason that Donald Trump is, for better or for worse, like, this is what pushed him into office, because the silent majority, we are sick of this fucking bullshit. We're sick of this fucking, it is a PC, like, fucking grow some thicker skin. Honestly, you can't take criticism from strangers online that has no bearing on your everyday life. Log off, it's fucking gone. Yeah. If that is enough to wound you into these overblown reactions, fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
Just get it over with now.
Yeah, seriously. But make sure you're part of the 60% that can actually fucking finish the job, right? Fucking, I don't know about fucking...
Honestly, for the good of mankind, get rid of your fucking defective fucking DNA.
Yeah. People are talking about, let's see, it's such hateful garbage that if they were tearing someone or something abhorrent, sympathizing with their target could cross someone's mind for a fleeting second. Their character assassinations are like none other. I just reported them down the road. Not now. Let me know if you want me to get in touch with my buddy at the Boston Globe. Oh, the Globe is going to run a hit piece. I think I'm ready to go to the media about my case now. This has gone too far. I'm glad I'm not in Boston right. Oh, guys, we just got a new toy. This is going to be a fun new toy that we have, Turtle Riders. So strap up. You can guarantee there will be more of this. You can guarantee. All right. And yeah, call up Kevin Cullen. Kevin Cullen will have a fucking field day with this. And Shirley Lung. She'll fucking start calling up our advertisers. And I can't wait till she calls up Guerreri Jewelers so they can laugh in her fucking face at Garage Doors Plus. God, we have great advertisers. All right.
I'll tell you what. I talked to the Garage Doors Plus guy. Chris
is great. Oh, Chris Riggs. Yep.
Dude, great fucking dude.
Coolest guy.
Like, just a regular, down-to-earth guy. He's like, man, I love the haters as much as I love the supporters. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. And
just
you know
like
what?
the jewelry folks, man.
Garage Doors.
Some of us aren't going to just sit and take your bullshit.
Yep, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Some of us are fucking adults, and we were raised the right way, and we're not just going to bend to your me, self-righteous faggotry.
Exactly.
We're not going to do it.
Not going to happen. And
you can try to make us.
Yep.
Good fucking luck.
Yep. And both of these fucking companies, Garage Doors Plus and Guerreri Jewelers, you know what they both are? Successful, right? Successful people like Turtle Boy Sports because they fucking started companies, they fucking started from nothing, and they built a product. And guess what they're not going to fucking do? Cave to some fucking BLT 123, okay? Because you know what Turtle Boy brings me? Fucking business. What the fuck do you bring me? Besides fucking pain in the ass misery. Get out of my face, you dirty fucking cunt. God, fucking, this is why this blog exists. To fucking declare war on these useless fucking maggots. Fuck you. You want a war? You got it. Let's go on to our next topic. All right.
I love when you can help find up.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting until the end of the show to ask you about sharks at this point.
Oh, good guy. No, don't get me fucking started on the sharks. Anyway, yeah, I'm all fired up for this one. All right, so let's talk about something we can all agree with. These douchebags from Enfield. Their team is out of Enfield, but they are all from Connecticut. We call them the Connecticut's. And they came to a hockey game in Rockland, of all places. Nobody got a blowjob from Bob and from Boners, sadly, because they all had to leave Rockland early based on their behavior. Let us watch this video. We're going to turn the volume up first, shall we? All right, here we go. Come on.
Can you guys get anything right?
Can you guys get anything right?
Oh my god, this is awesome. The fucking plot!
Okay, now, see, can you guys get anything right? The fucking puck! And then this guy comes over, kind of slyly looks at the camera. Bam! Hits it! There's his face. Now, we have two angry parents here. This little meatball here, and the guy that just assaulted the camera woman, who apparently is guilty of, what, taping their deplorable behavior? This is what actual deplorables look like, by the way. That guy yelling, we'll come back to him in a moment. Now, listen to what they say to the coach. The coach has, I guess the coach isn't a villain after all, but he's been kicked out of the game because of the behavior of the parents. All right. And by the way, these are 11-year-olds on this. Fucking 11. Now, listen to what this guy says to the coach.
I got it. It's still running. It's still running. I got it. It's still running.
This is so wrong. He goes, this is so wrong. This is so... Imagine actually believing that, like, the calls in a children's hockey game. It's like, this is so wrong. Oh, we've been so fucking wrong. Did you see that play? It was offsides. It was icing. Okay? It was a two blue line pass. That's illegal.
Children.
Yeah, are you kidding me? We should be on the power play right now. Think of the children. How will we ever survive without a power play? Oh my fucking God. The fact that you're trying to victimize yourself in a children's fucking hockey game is amazing. Okay, I can understand being mad. Like, the first guy, I would not act like the first guy, like going fucking nuts and swearing and shit like that. But I certainly wouldn't be like, fucking, oh my God, this is so wrong. You guys agree?
Oh, God. How are we not allowed a penalty shot?
I know. Did you not see that? It was tripping.
Shut the fuck up!
My God, it was offsides. So anyway,
these are kids, man. They're little kids.
Literally says hockey parents are the worst. Yeah. I agree.
Oh, let's go back to the other guy. Watch this. Fuck you.
Buddy, no, guys.
Don't, buddy, don't. Buddy, don't. Go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Please, don't do this. Don't do this. No, buddy, don't.
You're an insult.
Don't do this.
You're an insult. Okay, you were just kicked out of a children's hockey game, okay? But the referee is the insult.
The guy dropping F-bombs at the top of his lungs, like fucking veins popping out of his head.
Yeah.
But she's the insult.
Yeah, thank you. Now, watch this.
Not young.
Your embarrassment to U.S. hockey. You know what's an embarrassment to U.S. hockey, by the way? U.S. hockey. When's the last time we won a fucking gold medal? You know? Let's go. Now, this little meatball, watch what the little meatball does here. They're trying to close the door to start the game, to like finish the game, and he opens the fucking door up and won't let him close it. And now the ref finally has had enough. Game over. So they ruined a children's hockey game. A bunch of adults, okay? And we find out who they are. And what's this one guy's name? This Lance, what the hell? Lance Delacrosse and John Kagan. And John Kagan is like a retired... They're all fucking suits, by the way. Let me find the other one here. Let me pull up the other one. Yeah, they're all like rich guys from like southeastern Connecticut. And in order to live in southeastern Connecticut, you gotta... It's like one of the richest parts at least of New England, of the Northeast, right? Because people who live in that part of the state, they all work in New York in finance and shit like that, or banking, whatever. And they live in Stamford or fucking, where's the one guy from Fairfield? And like, obviously, these people, they're not fucking trash, right? They are trash, but they don't play it during the day, right? And so, like, you see this guy, like John Sadak was there for his fucking, it wasn't even his kids, it was his fucking grandkids. His grandkids he was there to watch. He's like a retired fucking suit, right? And then there's Lance, who, what does Lance do? Oh, Lance comes from the family business, and imagine like your fucking grandfather's doing that. Lance is the owner of, from New Haven, is the part owner of, what, some stone place or something like that? That he inherited, Connecticut Stone Company.
Your grandfather causing your game to end because of the disturbance in the stands.
Yeah. Grandpa.
How fucking embarrassed should you be?
Yes. No.
To where your grandfather fucks the game up.
Your grandfather, yeah. And his fucking meatball friend. And so this is number 3. This guy's name is Daniel Dickiara from Fairfield. And Dickey is an executive, a business consultant for Dairy Queen. He probably makes like $250,000 a year to go into fucking Dairy Queens across the country and be like, yo, you need to fire 5 people and then just fucking cut salaries. Like, that's what business consultants ultimately do. Like, they're the guys in Office Space who come in and they're like, yeah, so what do you do here? Yeah, you need to go. Okay. And so this is what we're dealing with. And now I am like, none of these guys, unfortunately, have Facebook. But his wife does. Dickie's wife does. So should we call his wife up?
Yes.
Or is that a stupid question?
I would love to talk with her.
Donna?
I feel bad for her. I really do.
I don't.
Oh, well,
I'm just fucking mortified.
She's sitting there for the rent payment. Fuck that cunt.
Yeah. Is she, let's see, did she take her page down?
Mortgage, not rent.
Yeah. Maybe she's not here anymore. Did we link her page in the post or no? Is the post linked in there? She might have taken her page down in disgust. So maybe she is embarrassed. Maybe she is embarrassed by it. And my big thing is, I guess they do this all the time, this hockey program. Like, first of all, you're playing hockey in the United States. It's like playing soccer in the United States. You know what that means? It means you're not going anywhere. You know why? Because you're a fucking American. Right? Americans, the most fucking players in the NHL are not fucking American. They're Canadian or European. Okay? So right away, you're fucking nothing. Let's get your fucking small fish in a small pond. Or in a big pond, rather. You're fucking nothing. And you ain't, even if you were the best fucking player in Connecticut, you ain't going nowhere. Because you're fucking American. Stop it. All right? You're not a fucking hockey star. All right? And so the fact that this organization hasn't, like, done something about, like, these parents, do we agree that they should be banned for life?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Like, somebody says, can't blame her. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. I mean, at the same time, you know that, like, your husband is this fucking piece of shit, right? You know this wasn't their first rodeo, right? Do you think this is the first time?
No,
how old are these kids? They're 11. I mean, she probably didn't realize it until, like, he got unhealthily invested in his kid's fucking hockey games and career. Whatever. Like, if you get that invested in your child, I'm sorry, but, like, your kid is fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Just all the way around fucked.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm sorry, but, like, I don't blame wives for their husband's behavior, but at the same time, I kind of do, because part of your job as a wife is to put your husband on a leash. I firmly believe that.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can speak on that shit.
Like, what would you do?
That's not how my marriage operates.
If your husband was acting like that in public, and you know it his first time, what would you do, Bristol?
I would not scream at him right then and there, honestly, because I want to diffuse the situation, the scene. We'd have words at home, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, I don't micromanage another adult's behavior at home. Like, that's, I got kids for that.
If I acted like that, because you know, like, let's assume it's not his first time acting like that. If I went to a fucking my kid's hockey game and I fucking acted like that, do you understand the world of shit I would be in when I got home? Well, not the world of shit. Like, I mean, ultimately, I'm a grown ass man. The fuck's she gonna do, right? But at the same time, I just don't want to deal with that drama. Like, happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? My wife would be fucking furious. Like, you're a fucking embarrassment. Which I would be if I acted like that. You know what I mean? You're a fucking shitty role model. You're a fucking joke. All right? I'm never having sex with you ever fucking again. You can forget about that. And so it's just like this fucking guy. Like, I feel like a good wife is somewhat capable of deterring shitty behavior. Do you agree, Brett?
My wife is a fucking a federal prison guard in that regard.
Yeah, right.
She is constantly embarrassed by me in public. Will not go grocery shopping with me. Will not go to Walmart with me. I'm that dude that stands in the frozen food aisle going, where the fuck are the chicken wings? I don't want honey batted. I want regular fucking, and this is full volume in the grocery aisle.
Yeah.
She won't go with me.
Yeah.
If I went to a kid's event and started acting like me, my wife, like Bristol said, wouldn't say shit there.
Yeah.
She'd just look at me like, oh, nigga, wait till we get home.
Yeah.
But when we got home, there's no Xbox, there's no
Oh my God.
there's no weed.
Yeah.
My beer is being poured right down the fucking sink.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting anything besides dirty looks for at least a month. Deservedly so.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's not, if I'm watching my kid do an event, it ain't about me.
Yeah.
It's about my kid gaining confidence and having fun and doing team, like learning to be a fucking adult.
Yeah.
And there I am in the stands going, fuck, cock, fuck. No.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm
you
thinking
can't
your
do
own
that.
hopes, expectations, and dreams on your kids. That's what he's fucking doing. It's like, God damn it, I'm 40 and I'm fucking fat and my wife hates me and you better fucking score that goal.
And you know what, guys? And these types of conversations that we're having right now, these are the kind of shit that hey, Dialer, you got this kind of content on Barstool? You got this kind of content on Deadspin when you go on their fucking live shows? You know what they're talking about in the fucking Barstool rundown? Here's what let's talk about what Kendall Jenner fucking tweeted today. See, it's funny. We're talking about Kendall Jenner. Okay. Let's talk about LeBron. No, nobody gives a fuck about that.
You see Kanye's shoes? Who wears that with white?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
If this fucking loser anymore, fucking, he can go fuck himself, dude. Don't even talk.
Oh, yeah, I'm just fucking with him. Let's go on to the next one. Another Bristol blog. So back over almost 2 years ago, North Shore Turtle Babe wrote an epic blog about two Scissorsauruses in Revere, I believe it was, right? Yeah. Going at it. No, it was on Meth Mile. I apologize. It was right on Meth Mile.
Yeah, the fight was on Meth Mile, and it was like it was a battle royale.
Do we have
under that underpass?
Is that video still up, or do we just have the screenshots?
I just put the screenshots. I linked the blog though.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I want to see this video because people need to see this video to understand the level of ratchet that we are dealing with. I think this is like one of North Shore Turtle Babe's.
I think it's up there. No, it's up at the top.
Oh, you actually put it in the blog. Okay, here's the fight.
Yeah,
let's check the fight.
I think I linked.
Yeah,
there we go.
I got it. Yep. Okay. The fuck? Come on, Fupa computer. I think Dialer's out of the field there. Boom. Miss. Oh, look at the Fupa fly. Boom.
D, whoop her fucking ass! Whoop her fucking ass! Whoop her fucking ass! Whoop her fucking ass!
Shit, the sign comes down.
Whoop her fucking ass! Whoop her fucking ass! Melissa, get her! Melissa, get her before I hop in it! D, get her! Whoop her ass! D, get up! Get the fuck up! Get up! Get that bitch! Get that bitch! Get that bitch! I am friends with Shannon. You know what she did to me, Chicky? You know what she did to me, Chicky? Chicky, you're my best friend. You know what she did to me? 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 Shit to you.
Okay, so that's what we're dealing with. So I believe it's the chick in the pink.
That bitch is just skipping like a record, just on repeat.
I know. God, that's so wretched.
Did to me? You know what you did to me?
No, tell us.
You know what you did to me?
Yeah. What you did?
We never found out.
Yeah, she certainly
what
didn't.
What the fuck are you, a Limp Bizkit album?
Yeah.
Fucking repeat yourself 80 fucking times.
Yeah, you know what she did to me? She didn't buy me a book. That's one thing she didn't do. So this chick's name is Shannon Bartolomeo. All right, and you called her a velociraptor of epic proportions. Now, what has she been up to recently? Why don't you explain this to us?
So recently, she has been stabbed by her fucking butch bulldyke of a girlfriend.
Excellent.
I guess they're real on and off. So they got into a fight or something while driving in a 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
Oh, yes. Of course.
And so she gets stabbed in the leg and gets left on the side of the road. A good Samaritan calls, the cops come and, help out this bleeding fucking ratchet in the middle of the fucking highway.
Yep.
And she gets blood on the cop. So now the cop wants a blood test, I guess, because, obviously she has every sort of blood-borne illness.
Of course. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Probably some we haven't even discovered yet. And she refuses. And now she is upset because she is deduced that because she would not take a blood test or let them take pictures of the injury, because I'm pretty sure she's already back together with the fucking girlfriend. Like, that didn't, pretty much as soon as she got stabbed, she's like, that's all right, I'm mad right now, but I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes you stab your girlfriend. Shit happens, yeah.
Right. You just stabbed me, no big deal.
Yeah.
And so, because she didn't comply, they're not giving her back 2 big bags of fucking Marshall's merchandise with the security tag still on.
With
that she
the
totally
security
bought,
tags?
because she has this crumpled, fucking ink faded off receipt that she's going to take pictures of, and now she's just been robbed by the state police.
Like, that is the most remarkable part about that, is that she's whining that the cops stole her stuff that still has the fucking security tags on. Oh, and she just tagged us in a post too. Man, it's fucking raining, ratchets, huh? So this is what she writes an hour ago about your blog. Turtle Boy Sports returns. They tagged us in it too. It is true that my daughter does not live with me because her paternal grandparents have full custody. I see her 4 times a year because she moved to Florida. So yes, I did lose my 6.5-year-old when she was 3. Today, I forgive myself and know that she has nothing but the best of everything, and be grateful for the time I do get to spend with her, having her around her brother. When I have the money, I can fly down and see her more as well. But they make sure they bring her at least 4 times on their dime. Amazing, good, loving people. But you are wrong about my son. His father and I have shared custody of him. So what's up with that?
Yeah, no, they don't. No, they don't.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
No, they don't. There's no way. She was bitching back in October. I made sure to put that in there too, just to really establish what a piece of shit this woman is. Because she'll say, maybe she has visitation. I doubt it. But she was bitching about how she was being kept from the son. Now, I can't imagine why she's being kept from her son.
Why would that? Yeah.
Right? Because she's making a lot of really healthy fucking life decisions where she gets stabbed in the fucking car.
Yeah.
That a kid should not be drugged. But she doesn't have a fucking kid.
Yeah. And so she goes on to say about the state police. She goes, I'm begging your state police station to please give me my belongings. You are looking to charge me with a crime I did not commit. Yes, I have a past and a record, but I am sober, just trying to get by. I did my time and paid dearly for everything I lost in doing so. Believe me when I say it's not worth the jail time, but I pay for those Xmas gifts with the small amount of money I earned. Please do not ruin Xmas for my family. We all know that this is wrong, dead wrong. Please allow me to retrieve my belongings before Christmas. No matter what, God told me to love and pray for my neighbor. So I pray that your Xmas is great. I also pray that He moves your heart to have empathy for others. God, and I know that I pay for my belongings and deserve to have a decent Xmas as well. Hashtag sincerely the one you have wronged. Hashtag Jesus take the wheel. Hashtag no one got me like God got me. If you were apparently...
Go fuck yourself, number 1.
Oh my
number
fucking
2,
God.
That I forgive myself.
Yeah.
My parents, this kid has been being raised by grandparents.
Yeah.
But I forgive myself.
Yeah.
You should never, ever
yeah.
forgive yourself for being such a piece of shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
that your child has to be raised by grandparents.
Yeah, she's like, whatever.
That's not something you forgive yourself for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well, you know
something
what?
you take to your grave.
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna
fucking
disagree and
useless
say
cocksucker.
sometimes that's the right decision, right? But that kid, this is what gets me. So you've already separated yourself permanently from your child, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, it's not good for the kid. Sometimes it's just the best, unfortunately. But that kid's still going to maybe want to see her when it turns 18.
Yeah.
And this is the fucking shit that this kid is going to find. So, I mean, if you're really doing the right thing for your fucking kid, you know, in your circumstances, to the point where you can forgive yourself, then you have to live your life knowing that that kid's going to fucking find you someday, and they're not going to want to see some fucking gutter slug halfway fucking dead in a dumpster somewhere.
I gotta be honest.
So, you know what? She can just go fucking, you know, this is one of the biggest pieces of shit that I've ever fucking written about, honestly, just from start to fucking finish.
Now, she had no receipts. She's claiming she has. Then you just keep making excuses about the receipts because you just can't admit when you were wrong. Yes, I do have a record for shoplifting, and I've done my fine, and it's not worth doing again. I absolutely paid for my belongings. But apparently, Bristol, she's upset that you are so concerned about receipts because, you know, that would be somewhat, you know, evidence that she paid for the stuff, right?
So that receipt looked like she picked it up in the parking lot as like an afterthought.
Yeah, let's look at that receipt.
If the receipts matched up to the shit, then there would be no discrepancy.
Right.
There would be absolutely no fucking discrepancy.
Bristol, what did the receipt have on it, though? Like,
it was
even
like lingerie and activewear and fucking home. And you know what? She had an excuse about that, too. It was for her sister. You know what I mean? She went to a different store for her kids. They don't want clothes. Like, you shoplifted from a different store for your kids? Go fuck yourself.
First of all,
as long as she forgives herself.
Yeah, right. As long as she forgives herself.
It's $457. There's no way this chick can come up with $457 cash. That's not happening. And but yeah, activewear. Oh yeah, because you know why? Because she's going to run a fucking 5K after this. Activewear. Give me a fucking break.
No, honestly, if this matched up, then the police would take the receipt, right?
Yeah.
They would match up the receipt numbers there, and they would say, okay, yeah, this is not stolen. Here you fucking go. Like, they're not going to keep your shit that, you know, you have paid for. That's just not going. Like, some of the shit she admits had fucking security tags because they must have forgotten. No, they didn't fucking forget.
When that happens. Hate when that happens.
Has that ever happened to either one of you?
Never.
To where you leave in, say, Walmart, and all of a sudden it goes, wah, wah. Like, oh, I'm sorry. This pair of jeans.
By the way,
one ink tag in the knife or something like that. But you go back with your receipt. They're like, oh, sorry, we didn't take the ink tag off.
Yeah.
2 seconds, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You go back, oh, my fault.
Oops.
Here you go. They click the little thing, or they run that little magnet over it, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, take it right off. And by the way, Brett, you're going to like this. You are tagged in her post. She writes this. She goes,
if you've been stalking her life, yeah.
You have to be to summon me.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
If you don't want to be acquainted with trash style Enquirer type bullshit, I suggest you actually know the truth before you write slander, but that's what you have to do to keep sheep happy. You're a very hateful, evil troll, Brett Killerin, and your dumbed-down brain washed idiots that follow and believe everything. So she thinks you wrote the blog. You're all a pathetic cancer to this world. 100 emoji. She wrote a fucking 100 emoji. All right. I hope you all have a great Christmas, and I'll pray for your souls. Well, you ain't gonna have a fucking great Christmas, bitch, because all your
mine will be better this month.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're gonna make me team up with this vile cunt.
Oh, and
fucking come after you.
And look who commented.
No, I'm talking about.
Look at.
Now I have to join forces with Bristol's evil ass.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
And by the way, look at this.
We're gonna do this.
She wrote, fuck. She wrote.
Bristol, PM me after this. We'll figure this out right quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first person to comment on it that says hashtag fuck Turtle Boy Sports is named Kata Payton. Does that ring a bell to either of you? Because I recognize this one. Who remembers this ratchet? She was the one who provoked the Red Line assault back in, what was it? It was in June, okay? And there was a guy on the train that she accused of upskirting other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was untrue.
Yep.
They went through the guy's phone, and there was pictures of girls. Like, he was taking pictures of girls in the train because he's fucking a weirdo, right? But then, for no reason, these people this fucking black dude, who ended up getting arrested for this, beat the shit out of the fucking old dude, right? Repeatedly, because she's like yelling, yo, get him! Yo, get him! He be racist and doing upskirt and shit and stuff like that. And then the news called her out on it, and then she got in this awkward thing with the fucking news camera woman, and she was just like, fucking, like, oh, she's fucking real winning. So I love when the ratchets unite around a blog. This is, once again, how you know we're doing a good thing. Because I don't know if you guys noticed the theme. Everybody that we've talked about today, everyone, from the hockey parents to Shannon to Bartolomeo to this fucking ratchet BLT123, they're all, to Beverly from they're all pieces of shit, and they're all races. They are all socioeconomic. Like, Beverly's rich, right? This chick's fucking broke, but we fucking call out ratchets in all those Connecticut guys. They're all rich, right? We call out ratchets in every fucking color, creed, socioeconomic, whatever. If you're a piece of shit, you're getting called out on the blog, period. And that's why people like us.
Equal opportunity smackdown.
Yeah.
This is affirmative action, you know?
God, this has been a good show. God, this has been a good show. Let's go to our last topic. I'm going to strip the... I want to go to the one that I want to talk about here, about my former students here. The drag queens at the library, because this got a lot of buzz. And I enjoy it. Now that I'm kind of like, out of my shell, so to say, and I'm not afraid to like say who I am in my past and stuff like that, as everyone knows. I mean, I wrote a fucking book for...
Whatever you say, Mr. Quist.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
still hiding.
Yeah, my name's Steve Quist. And so, there was a drag show, a couple drag queens at the Worcester Public Library, right? And this is the thing now, and they go down there and they're reading books or whatever. Now, if it was just a couple drag queens, right, that wanted to, like, men who dress as women, that want to read the kids, I mean, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, I don't think a lot of people, I would see the agenda. I think we can all agree these people have an agenda, right?
100%.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Like, they're reading a book called, like, I'm a Girl. Like, it's obviously about, like, acceptance of transgenderism, right? Now, whatever.
That's the thing that bugs me. The book they're reading is about a boy that is or wants to be a transgendered woman, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But then you have drag queens reading.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How does that make fucking sense?
Yeah, because drag queens are not transgender.
Let's have Brett read a book about plumbers.
Yeah.
I ain't a fucking plumber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
why the fuck did I read a book? And if I read said book about plumbers, I'd have to put on the Diane Williamson Daisy Duke shorts, pull my butt crack out so people can take pictures of me and make fun of me on the internet.
Exactly. Now,
it makes no fucking sense.
It makes no sense. And it's just so obvious, the agenda, right? Like transgenderism is a political issue. Whether or not they want to act like it's like a settled thing, like you have to accept this, if not, you're intolerant. But a lot of us look at this and they're like, no, a woman is a woman, right? Like, if you don't have a period, and if you're not, if you don't have fucking ovaries, then you don't really understand what it's like to be a woman. You might think that you are a woman, but that's because you don't really know what it means to be a woman. Like, how can you feel like you're a woman if you've never had to fucking put a tampon up your snatch, right?
I think it's mental. I mean, I do think it's mental illness because, your brain and your body don't match. I think there's a pretty clear-cut case.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just don't fucking care that much because I love living in America. I love freedom, right? Yeah. But I think that, like, people want to feel, they're self-important. They want to feel like this is still the fucking 60s. You know what I mean? Where there's a lot of
exactly what it is.
Real issues, and they want that same sort of, notoriety. They want to die with that. The fact of the matter is that you can walk down, you could decide to put on a skirt right now, walk down the street. You're not going to get lynched over it. You're not going to get stomped down into the fucking pavement. Yep. You can still get a job. The fact that, really, there's no reason to push this agenda anymore because at some point it's just becomes soft bigotry. You're repolarizing an issue that doesn't even have to be there anymore.
Yep.
We're so concerned with accepting what everybody dresses like or what color their skin is that we're forgetting that, like, you know, you need to start focusing on the contents of your character, fiber, because that has been ignored for way too long, and look where the fuck it's gotten us.
No,
really,
totally,
you know,
man.
we're so concerned with, like, I respect you wearing a dress, that I don't care that you're fucking going online and scamming people. You know, like, that's what matters.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
Exactly.
Well,
and you know, go ahead.
Well, my thing is, like, do you remember being, how old were those kids at this reading?
They were like 4 tops. We'll get to that in one moment.
Do you remember? Oh, I don't, but remember when you were 4, 5, 6, 10? Like, I was concerned with mud pies and catching frogs and running around with my brothers and riding my bike. Why the fuck do little kids have to be exposed to this?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they don't fucking care.
I get it.
Anyone's not going to judge you as a fucking 4-year-old. I remember when my kids were 4. They don't fucking know. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Let them be kids.
You do what you want. You want to suck dicks. You want to dress up and I can cover myself with feathers. It doesn't make me a fucking bird.
Yeah.
But what I won't do is expose little kids to that.
Yeah.
They don't need to be.
Now,
you want a tolerance, this, that, all that bullshit? Fuck your tolerance.
Yeah.
That's a child. That's a little kid.
Yeah.
He should be concerned about if he can go out to play today. Not, does daddy have a gun?
And by the way, so this is obviously politically motivated because transgenderism, conservatives don't believe it's a thing and liberals do, whatever. I'm not here to argue about that. What I am here to say is this is a public library, okay? This is paid for by your tax dollars. The public library should not be pushing political agendas because we all contribute to this. They should be neutral. They should be a place where you go for fucking books. That's it, all right? Now, imagine the NRA came in there and they're like told a story about like Johnny buys an AR-15. Like Johnny learns how to fucking clean a fucking shotgun. And then they're like, okay, kids, we're going to teach you about responsible gun safety today. And we're going to teach you that guns aren't bad. They're actually tools for self-defense. No, I would be against that too because it's a fucking political agenda. Stop it. Just let them be kids. So anyway, the real issue wasn't the fact that they're drag queens. It's the fact of how they fucking dressed. And this is really not that hard to see. And I know my friend Laura, she disagreed with me with this. And she said that, they're just dressing like women. This is not how women dress. It's not. It's not.
No, not for a library.
Yeah.
Nope.
This isn't.
Good night. Remember, I had texted you.
Yeah. And you're like.
Because they did something like this and like, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, this chick looks like a fucking anorexic piece of cotton candy. And it just like looks like she like is fucking high as shit, looking to suck some dick. And then this one, okay, this one wears her fucking hooker boots to read to fucking children. All right, hooker boots. You can't even see where the fuck, like her skirt fucking ends. You know what I mean? And look at the fucking makeup. The makeup, it's like fucking, you look like a fucking joke. You're not dressing as a woman. You're dressing as a fucking freak. That's all you're trying to do. And that's fine. You have freedom, America, freak show. Doesn't mean that you should be the one reading to children. Of all the fucking people you could choose. There's 10 universities in Worcester. 10. Okay? There's fucking great hospitals here. One of our universities, WPI, produces world-class engineers. And this is the fucking best that you could come up with to read to children for a fucking role model? Are you fucking kidding me? Shut the fuck up with your PC.
Not even that. Not even that. This is a book about a kid that thinks it's a different sex and it becomes transgender. And all these fucking fruit flies keep talking about, well, drag and transgender aren't the same thing. Yeah. Okay, great. I'll take your word for it. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. So why the fuck are you having this thigh-high boot, Julia Roberts bootleg fucking tranny reading a book about transgenderism when you're not that?
Yeah. And now here's that's a good point too. Now,
how does that make sense?
Now let me bring up this.
I think.
Let me just bring this up because Laura says this. She says that basically they said that that this is not. She didn't. So I misquoted her. That this is not. She didn't say that drag queens are just men who dress like women. They look like freaks on purpose because that's their thing. Okay, that's fine. If that's your thing, then you don't get to read to children. If that's your fucking thing. My thing is I dress like a fucking whore and put on makeup. Okay, that's fine. You don't get to read to children. Sorry. Okay? Now.
And I'm sorry, but I see something.
Isn't that
and I almost wanted to blog about it, just as comparison, because everybody freaked out so bad. They did this in, like, Michigan, some other state, too, somewhere recently, right? And it was in the news over there.
Yep.
That drag queen was dressed as appropriately as you fucking could be. You know what I mean? Like, It was not as objectionable by far, because she was in, like, a full-length sort of gown-looking thing. The makeup wasn't that. I mean, you know, it was definitely a drag queen, but it was a drag queen, like, that okay, fine, so you're reading to kids. At least you're fucking reading. Because, I mean, if kids need that more than anything else, especially now. Like, get a fucking book in front of them. But, like, they were out of line with the way they were fucking dressed by far.
Now, I don't want to
you wouldn't let a real woman.
Yeah, I don't want to misquote Laura because I love Laura. And she said, I want to read her exact quote. She said, I didn't say they were dressing like women. I said they were drag queens. Drag queens are exaggerated. Okay. So I just want to point out that if this is what exaggerated looks like, then you don't get to read to kids, period. Okay? If that's what exaggerated looks like. This is like, oh, well, it's like, that's being like, you know, all they're doing is they're just seeing how far can we push this shit. How far can we push it? And a lot of liberalism is starting to border on fucking pedophilia. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on here. Like, they're very accepting of Roman Polanski, aren't they? And fucking Woody. Yeah. You know, it's like these fucking guys, they're literally fucking molesters. You know, and just think of the idea of like a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old like becoming transgender, taking hormones. Like, you are affecting the sexuality of a fucking child, right? I mean, this is starting to border on pedophilia. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but that's parents. That's parents. I mean,
did you see that thing with the 11-year-old dancing at?
Yes. Oh, yes. Dancing on the strip club.
That was appalling.
Yeah.
At the gay bar.
Yeah, of course.
The fuck it is.
Yeah, a bunch of gay men cheering on a fucking boy who dresses like
11-year-old.
Yeah. And by the way,
how is that not abuse?
Because
it's honestly,
you know why it's not abuse, Brett? Because the left.
If you want to lick, stick, fuck, I don't give a shit about any of that. This is an 11-year-old boy being thrown cash to dance around sexually for adult men.
Yep.
How the fuck isn't that abuse?
Oh, you know why, Brett?
Because it fits the agenda. That's literally the only reason. Because it perpetuates the fucking agenda.
Because of tolerance.
Abuse.
Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely. 100%.
Because of, you know, tolerance. They love the word tolerance, which means literally tolerate anything except that I disagree with, okay? And B, imagine it's because it's a boy dressed as a girl. I think we can all agree that if there was an 11-year-old girl on stage and a bunch of fucking men were throwing dollar bills at her while she took her clothes off, nobody would be in favor of that, right?
That would be an FBI raid.
Right. But it's because it's
they also push. It depends how you package it. People are that fucking stupid. The only reason I say that is remember when they had the pole dancing for 6-year-old thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's
and people fucking defended that too because like unfortunately people are so stupid now that if you package something up, no matter how objectionable it is, and you put the right language and buzzwords and spin on it, it has to be acceptable.
It's just this idea that literally everything is acceptable. Everything weird and fucked up that like normal people look at and they're like, yeah, that's fucked up. They're like, oh, we have to do this now because you think it's fucked up. So now we have to do it. If you didn't think it was fucked up, we probably wouldn't even be fucking doing it right now. But it's because you think it's fucked up that we have to do it. It's fucking insane.
But now it has to be acceptable.
Yeah. Like, look at this guy. And it's like, and these people, they don't just say, by the way, they don't just say, well, that's fine, we should accept it. They have to go out of their way to be like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I love this. I fucking love it. Like Seth here says, I wish I had heard about this before. My daughter would have loved to go. She has asked me countless times to go to a drag show. No, she hasn't. Okay? You're acting like, oh, I fucking love this shit. No, you don't. You're just pretending to love it so you can get some likes so that people tell you how fucking, brave you are for, like, being a fucking pioneer. Like, shut the fuck up. So anyway, we got some, like, bad, like, my turtle ride is over. I didn't know you were like this. Okay, get the fuck out. We never, I'm absolutely ashamed. I'm fucking ashamed that this blog ever attracted you in the first place. I apologize to the fans that this Robin Sean Goodwin, who shares a fucking account, I'm fucking embarrassed. I almost want to quit because this person liked something that we previously wrote. I apologize to you all that this person was with us. Get the fuck out. Don't ever come back again, okay? Tell your friends to don't come here either. We don't want you. You were never welcomed here. The door was closed. Get the fuck out, okay? So all these people...
You snuck in, you traitorous motherfucker.
Yeah, you fucking snuck in. Yeah, Dale LePage. I blocked Turtle Boy years ago for hate speech. Okay, Dale. First of all, you friend requested Clarence. I'd like to point that out. All right, you're a local crooner. This guy, by the way, the gay mafia in Worcester is like the most powerful establishment that we have. This guy is like, these people are fucking rich, like the gay mafia in Worcester. They run fucking everything around here. They own all the restaurants. They're doing just fine for themselves. This guy sucks. Like Dale LePage is fucking good because he's fucking a gay guy. That's all it fucking is. It's like this, like, oh, well, that's just fucking wonderful. Eric Johnson, Turtle Boy is still a thing? Well, Eric Johnson, you fucking sucked our dick for years. Stop it. Anyway, then all of a sudden, I find out that, the drag queens themselves see the blog, and they're like, hate speech, blah, blah, blah. Okay, my name is Poise and Envy. Shut up. All right. And then I find out that one of the other ones, there's Henry Butler, Anthony Bovenzi's like, this asshole who was a teacher, they love to say this, wrote a book about how a blogger made up so-called lies about him. They weren't so-called lies. They were lies. That then enforced him to quit when he loved to do it. I quit, motherfucker. I'd like to be honest. Let's be honest here. I quit because they wrote me a big fat fucking check. If the money wasn't right, I wasn't quitting. I'll tell you that much right now. I was going to stay there, and I was going to show up every day and teach like I was paid to do, like I was good at, like I was a fucking professional, and kids fucking learned in my class, and none of the other junior year teachers could say that. I was the hard-ass teacher at Shepherd Hill in junior year. I was the one that you didn't want. If you didn't like doing work, you didn't want me because I made you fucking work. But you learned history in my class, and I prepared you for college, okay? And you passed the AP exam in my class, even though you didn't even take AP. I did that because I was dedicated to my fucking craft. The other teachers, they used all 15 of their absences every year. You get like 10 sick days or whatever, and 3 personal days. And you best believe they used every fucking one of them. All right, and they're the ones that just fucking mimeographed shit and gave kids fucking handouts, and everything was fucking easy with them. But you didn't learn history in their classes. In my class, you learned it. So I wasn't giving that shit up without a fucking check. You best believe that. Like, I'm going to fucking quit my job with no fucking money. Motherfuckers paid me a full year's salary. Okay? I was making like $60,000 at the time. Imagine them being like, and so it was going to be prorated. It was like literally a check for like fucking $42,000. They're like, yo, here's a fucking check for doing nothing. Just leave, please, and don't sue us. That's how we left it. I'm like, yeah, sure. I won't sue you. Give me the fucking check. I'm out. And they're like, it was fucking great. I'm like, why wouldn't I take this? So I want to make it perfectly clear. That is why I quit teaching. If they wanted to fire me and they weren't going to pay me, oh, good luck. They knew we were going to fucking sue their ass because the union can get a really good fucking lawyer in Boston, and we're going to come after you, motherfuckers. So good luck with that. And so, like, that was their whole thing. It's like, home, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, Unc.
Go ahead.
Unc.
Go ahead.
So what do you think about them sharks down the cave?
Yeah, shut up. Yeah. Shut up, yeah. Anyway, don't get me started on the sharks. Then I'll get really mad.
What gets me the most is these fucking assholes that come out of the woodwork, and they're like, oh, he sexually assaulted a student, so he had to quit. And I always go with, well, so they just stopped, like he quit, and they didn't investigate.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, quit, so they didn't pursue charges.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So you want to tell me that a child was assaulted, and because someone quit, the state didn't pursue these sexual assault charges?
Yeah.
How much sense does that make?
No, it
like
makes...
to anyone, whether you're left, right, Trump, Hillary, like any of this. You're telling me that an adult was charged with sexually assaulting a kid and charges didn't get pursued because they quit?
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense.
It's like picture that
in
like
any country.
Yeah. Imagine you could just commit a serious crime and be like, yo, I quit my job, so you're
I get a job tomorrow at the school, say, throw my knuckle in a fucking 14-year-old, and as long as I quit, I'm not going to be charged.
And by the way, if you read the book at Shepherd Hill, there were 3, I repeat, 3 teacher sex scandals that preceded me, okay? There was Hot Tom, there was Scott Brower, and there was Amber Jennings. Go read the book if you haven't read them, okay? It's wild. None of that shit, the Amber Jennings shit came out because it was in the news. The Hot Tom shit and the Scott Brower shit did not. All right, so go read about those if you want to read about fucking sexual shit with kids. And guess what none of those people got? A $42,000 check to shut the fuck up. Okay? You know what I mean? They didn't have the option to quit. They were fired. See you later. Okay? So, but they did cover it up, right? Because they're like, but I don't want to get too into that. Anyway, Harley Quinn. It turns out that the one that dressed like fucking Britney Spears, right, was my former student. Except I didn't know him as Harley Quinn. I knew him as Josh Gaudette. All right. Now, Josh Gaudette was a solid F student. Like, there was a thing where if you got, first of all, passing in the Dudley Charlton public schools was 60. In a lot of schools, it's 65. In Dudley Charlton, for whatever, it's 60. And he was in a low-level class. I did not treat my low-level kids like the high-level ones. I held the high-level kids to a high expectation. There was a lot of writing involved. There was a lot of work, etc. Right? The low-level kids, it was like T-ball. Like, I come in there, my goal was to get you to fucking pass, because I know you ain't going to do shit. I know most of you are coming in, and you're like, I ain't doing shit. I'm not doing homework ever, okay? I will never even consider studying for a test. That's funny. And I will just fucking, hopefully, I'll get that 61, and I'll be good for the year. Like, that's how a lot of these kids came into class. Josh Gaudette was one of those kids, all right? And so I tried to, like, throw this kid softball. He didn't say a word, by the way. I barely knew what his voice sounded like. He never did homework ever. He never passed the quiz or test ever. And by the end of the year, he had like probably like a 54. And if you have between a 52 and a 60, then you can go to summer school. He didn't even go to summer school, which means he had to do it again as a senior while all his friends were taking cool electives. And this piece of shit was sitting in fucking history class with a bunch of juniors like the loser that he is. All right, and it feels very good to say these things because you wanted to say them as a teacher, but you couldn't. But now that I'm not, I can be like, yes, this kid was in fact a loser. And so he's like, guys, my old history teacher wrote an article about the drag queen story and called me a hooker. Well, you look like one. He didn't like me then, and he surely doesn't like me now. So let me just explain this. A lot of people think, like, my teachers don't like me. You know what your teachers think of you? They think nothing. They think this is my job. That's what they think every day. And if you fail, a lot of them think like, well, he failed me. Well, first of all, I didn't fail you. You failed yourself, kid. You failed. Yeah, you got a grade. I punched it into a computer, and this is your average. Okay, so I didn't fail shit. And secondly, I don't dislike kids who fail. There was plenty of kids who failed who or got like a solid D who I like. A couple of them are turtle riders now, by the way. All right, and like, they were okay, they're good people, but they're not good at school. They don't give a fuck about school. They didn't care about history, whatever. And I don't hold it against them. A lot of kids think they hold it against you. I don't give a fuck. It's not my grade. You're the one that's not going to college because of this. Like, stop it. And by the way, I never met Josh's parents once. That tells you everything you need to know about him. That tells you why he's a fucking drag queen right now. Because his parents never fucking paid attention to him. Imagine you're failing a class. Like, you guys have kids. If your kid was failing a class, right, for 3 quarters, wouldn't you go and talk to the teacher?
Oh, listen, my daughter is failing Spanish right now. Honestly, I was in there immediately. I emailed the teacher now, to make sure that everything's getting done, and I know how to get that fucking grade up, because it's not the teacher's job, it's hers, and it's mine because I own her.
Yeah, exactly.
When my kid got in trouble, my youngest got in trouble, we got a phone call that he failed like 3 math tests or some shit in a row.
Yeah.
And like, hey, he's in danger of not blah, blah, blah. Went to the school, went right to the principal, said, hey, you guys have any textbooks, like workbooks I can bring home?
Yeah.
And that principal was like, well, why? I was like, because this little motherfucker is failing. So every day I'm going to rip him out a couple pages, and he's going to do that before dinner. And that broad was like, hold on.
Yeah. And by the way,
he was so fucking happy to have a parent that was like, listen, how do I fix this?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
versus those parents that go, y'all are failing my baby.
Exactly. And they don't even know. And as a teacher,
give me that workbook, motherfucker. And that little faggot got 2 pages a day. When dinner was being made and all the kids were like, ooh, that smells good, Mom. I'm like, yeah, cash these 2 pages, motherfucker. Yeah. You better do this fucking fractions right quick if you want some pork chops.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do as an adult parent. You don't make excuses for your kid. You teach them.
Yeah, I gotta call time out real quick. I gotta call time out. Because I'm like looking in the comments, right? Now, I am like talking. I'm literally a former teacher shitting on students, okay? Coming out of the class, the first time I've ever done this. And I go to the comments, and everyone's talking about dialer. Can we stop feeding the trolls, people? We got to be better than this. This guy's saying the same shit he was saying 2 hours ago. Let's fucking stick to the topic, shall we? Anyway, go ahead, Bristol. Do you have something to say?
I would say that your ratio as a parent is a lot more manageable than like a student to teacher ratio in your average school. It's fucking easy enough. You know what I mean? Like, just saying. So, I mean, I feel bad for the kid in that respect, but I think,
Go ahead.
Blog about somebody, and I said every time you blog about somebody, and I've gotten used to it pretty quickly. My daughter especially does this thing where I punish her, and she'll immediately start telling me everything that her brother does wrong all week. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the issue at hand at all.
Yeah.
So I fucking ignore this shit as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. And granted, I still have this anonymity, but I could throw myself through the ringer. I have a sordid past of my own. It's white colored, right? And I've done well for myself despite that. You can throw that out there at me. I'll take it because I give it. It doesn't change the issue at hand. Yeah. I don't care that these are fucking drag queens. What I care is that they showed up dressing like hookers, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just point blank. It doesn't matter, about the grades that he had in the past. It doesn't matter anything that he has to say about anything else. Fucking don't show up with a bunch of school children dressed as a fucking hooker.
Yeah.
It's simple.
I'm a fucking armed robber.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of
hanging out with kids. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll help my kids. Like, this fucking mentality we have nowadays, to it, you have to accept everything. And if you don't accept everything, you're a massage therapist, a racist, a bigot, a this and that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry if Turtle Boy Sports reports on shit that matters.
Yep.
I want to know if some junky piece of shit is selling food stamps in Webster.
And by the way,
call me crazy.
So back to this kid.
I want to know that.
Back to this kid, Harley Quinn, right? Or Josh. I'm calling him fucking Josh because that's his name, right? He taught me too, and by taught I mean he did not care about my education, and I did not care for his biased teaching ways. First of all, I wasn't biased in the least bit. I was the guy that when I got up in front of the class and I taught I infused current events a lot into it, right? And I remember an event back then was like the Iraq War was going on. And, we talked about, the whole difference between liberals and conservatives. And I taught them this shit. And I always said, okay, guys, liberals believe that like the government should be more active in like, helping out people who are struggling, right? The government, and they don't have a problem with, making the rich pay more. They think that the rich should pay more in taxes because we're living in a society, right? And conservatives more believe in individualism, that like it's kind of like every man for themselves and whatever. So, but that's not bias. That's just telling you this is what liberals believe and this is what conservatives believe. I never once said like, oh, well, this way is better than this way. I went out of my way to never do that. And a lot of teachers don't do that. And I look down on those teachers, the ones that were like pushing their political agendas on kids. It's inappropriate. Okay, the job of teachers is to teach kids facts, and then we should motivate them and encourage them to draw their own conclusions based on the facts that we have provided to them. That is how I saw my role as a teacher, and I was proud of the fact that by the end of the year, kids would come up to me and they'd always ask me like, "What are you, a Republican or a Democrat? I can't tell." And I'm like, "Good, then I've done my fucking job then. Okay, I've done my job." And so this guy's like, by the way, he's like, "I passed with a B." No, you didn't, you liar. You did not pass with a B. You failed. And so once he comes out, all the other fucking kids come out, right? Tyler O'Coin says, he sucks so much. I remember when he got on my case for wearing eyeshadow one time. Should have just kept wearing it to piss him off. Okay, Tyler, I'm calling you out on your bullshit, Tyler. Because you know why? Because you and I got along great, you lying piece of shit. Okay, you're a fucking liar, and you're like 26 now, so I can say this. Tyler O'Coin, I want to go to his fucking Facebook. I'm going to Tyler O'Coin's Facebook page right now. I'm going to show you this kid.
Let's call him.
Yeah. Oh, we're calling him. We're calling him. Okay. So this is Tyler O'Coin, and I want to show guys he actually wrote about it. My old history teacher actually liked me. Maybe I was wrong feeling that he hated me, but I won't deny that I felt the eyes of judgment upon me every time I entered his class. Call it anxiety. See, it's all in their head. It's like all in their head. They think, like, I have 120 students a day. I didn't personalize with all of them, okay? When they came in, if you don't, like, say to them, like, hey, how you doing? You having a good day? I hope you're having a great day. Smiles. If you don't do that, they start to internalize. And they're like, oh, this guy fucking hates me. Because you know why? Because I'm like fucking busy. I was constantly busy as a teacher. So I'm sorry if I didn't greet you every time you came in and said, oh, here, have a fucking cookie. Call it anxiety, call it wrong, call it what you want. But it was just a feeling I got. Haven't you ever had a feeling you couldn't quite explain? Anyway, I guess I learned something new today. And that's always, so you know what? I would say that blog worked out well for Tyler, okay? Because he's like, that's fine. And by the way, he's like Dominic Morelli, who I like Dominic. Let's see what he has to say. Says, did you have Tittle or Boyd? He goes, and they don't really talk about that. So, yeah. So, anyway, he had neither. He had me. So, you look at Tyler. Like, I didn't judge Tyler O'Coin. Like, if you go to his freaking, I'll show you what this kid looked like in high school. And I never judged anyone. Like, I never judged these kids. Even though, some of these kids, if I looked at them, I'm like, you know what? If I was in high school, I probably wouldn't hang out with you. That's what I thought about some of them, right? But I never freaking judged them. I didn't care that this kid wore skinny jeans, okay? I didn't care that he was, like, in a band and had, like, long hair, you know what I mean? Like, he was just kind of like a goofy kid. Like, this is Tyler. He's just like, I had nothing against him because he was a decent, he was a decent C student, and I could respect that, all right? So stop it, Tyler, okay? But it's nice to see that Tyler learned something. So we're making progress here. The next one, Jill Tremblay. Mr. Carney, he was the worst. Okay, Jill Tremblay, let's talk about you. You were like a solid B student. You could have been an A student. I told you this several times. You were in an honors class. You could have been an A student, but you just didn't go that extra mile. And that's okay, because not everyone does. You had really little chicken scratch handwriting, and like when you wrote an essay, you never really expanded on the ideas, so you never got those extra points that the A students did. But you were a good kid. I liked you a lot in class. You would come up to me on the first day of school. You were like kind of wanted to get to know me as a person, and I liked that. I appreciated that. Okay, the fact that you weren't just going through the motions, that you made me feel welcome at Shepherd Hill, and I would like to think that you and I had a good relationship. But I guess now that one person's shitting on me, y'all have to jump on the bandwagon because none of you cowards has like the minerals to be like, you know what? I disagree with you. Because that's what these people do in mobs. They fucking just jump in and they're like, oh, and by the way, when I quit, right? When I left, all these kids on Twitter, if you see in the book, you see some of the shit they were saying about me. It was like hurtful to be like, kids that you respected and liked, they're like shitting on you. You're like, oh, I see.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
So, as like you gave so much of your life as a teacher,
yeah.
And I'm not like trying to be faggy or nothing, but that's gotta hurt.
It hurt.
Like me, like for me, like if I devoted that much of my time to the selfless act, in my opinion, of being a teacher, and then have all these people go, you know what, fuck him. And then you can look back and go, but dude, man, I was nice to you, you little fucking asshole.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
exactly.
that seems like.
But you know what, bro?
Painful.
I look at it and I'm just like, you know what? This is just human nature. This is just mob mentality. Yeah. These are people that like nobody, even these are adults now. These are no longer kids. These people are 25. You know, they have the ability to be like, no, this is wrong. And by the way, you'll read in the book, and some things I didn't point out. There was one girl named Kristen Mahan. In 2014, she graduated. And I remember this all happened. And it was trendy to like kind of shit on me, right? And then all of a sudden, Kristen Mahan is a fucking hero. She writes a Facebook post and she just calls everyone out. And she's like, you know what, guys? I didn't even like history class until I had Mr. Carney. I hated it. Okay. I was a cheerleader. Wasn't into that shit. I hated it. But he was always nice to me. Okay. And I see all you people on here who read a blog from a trashy person. And you all know in your hearts that it's not true. But you're all just coming together to fucking bully him and be like, you know, shit on him. And like, because you didn't do well in his class. Like, shame on you. I stand with Mr. Carney. It was like, it made me fucking cry when I read it. I'm like, this fucking girl.
I love her.
Oh my God.
I love that.
And it opened up it opened up the floodgates because all of a sudden a lot of kids started commenting on her post and liking it. And you best believe I went in there and I saw every fucking kid who liked it. You know, everybody does that. It's human nature. And you want to see, and you're like, I like gushed on the inside when I read every kid that liked it. And I remember every fucking kid who liked it. You know what I mean? And so you never forget.
Especially with this job, you remember, I would think, you remember most, not the people that go, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck them. Those ones that say, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you know
it took
what
a
I
lot
mean?
of balls.
Like that broad,
Connie that comes in here sometimes.
Oh.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, just in general. Like,
her, yeah.
That mom whose son died in the hit and run.
Yeah.
And she commented on the reviews for returns. She's like, you guys made me laugh when I didn't think I'd laugh again.
Oh, I didn't even see
and
that.
The other, like, nice comments we get.
Yeah.
Are those better? Like, do those do more for you than the ones like that, to where you see someone shit all over you and you know it's bullshit? Like, does that get you madder than the good ones get you happy?
No, the vice versa, the latter. The good ones make the
good things always outweigh the shit, right?
Right, exactly. And that's the thing with teaching, was there was a lot of times when you would get like you would feel very good about yourself when a kid would write something like Kristen did there, right? And I would feel very good. At the same time, these kids are held hostage, right? Like, they have to be in your class. And so what I love about Turtle Boy is every single person who's here right now is here on their own accord because you want to hear what you're saying. I'm not holding you hostage. And so obviously the crowd that we have now, I feel like it feels very good and very fulfilling to like have to wake up every day and know that you're providing a service for people. You know what I mean? You're bringing joy into their lives. I'm not curing cancer. Oh, yeah. I'm not a first responder, or I'm not like that. You know, but I am contributing something, right? And I think we all are doing that. It's like, and so I'm happy to contribute something, because a lot of people have jobs where they're just they feel empty. You know what I mean? And I feel bad for people that have jobs like that, even though obviously I'm happy they're working and all that stuff. But I feel bad because it's just like there's something missing. You know what I mean? I'm very lucky.
Oh yeah. Like, I work, I have a day job, but it doesn't fulfill me like writing does. And absolutely, whenever anybody messages in and thanks us, it feels great.
Yeah.
And the flip side of that is that when you put yourself out there, like, yeah, people like to mob up and shit on people. We should be teaching everybody that, because people don't think about it. When you put something out on the internet, you put it out in public, right? You've opened yourself up to all forms of criticism as well as praise, and you can't expect just one or the other.
Nope.
It kills me every time people react like this, because we are critiquing what you have put out there in the public. That's all we're doing.
Exactly.
That's all we're doing.
And so anyway, like, I don't want to shit on, like, we've shit on enough kids. Maura Gerard, me sitting here distinctly remembering going back to class after the Machines show choir practice. First of all, Maura Gerard failed my class too. Okay, you know why? Because she was always finding a reason not to be in class because she was in show choir. Okay, she knew how to play the system real well. But at the end of the day, she failed because of that. All right, Chase Pettinelli, I don't even know this kid. I didn't even have him in my class. His mom signed him up for a track camp that I ran, and he never did track because he was one of those kids that just didn't do sports. Like, he hated jocks, one of those kids. Mr. Carney is the saddest lowlife around, harasses multiple former students. I don't harass any students because I don't contact you, okay? And my former college professor. If your former college professor was on our blog, he was a piece of shit, okay? And you'll read in the book about the one former student that I blogged about named Sam Dumas, who is human garbage. Human fucking garbage. Read chapter, I think it's like 16 or something like that, okay? To read more about her. So anyway, like, these kids, Marissa LaBeouf, failed my class, of course. I hated Mr. Carney. Bitch, you're 24 and you can't read, okay? You still can't write, all right? Mr. Carney was so much. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so, blah, blah, blah. Why don't we do a little thing?
Fuck these assholes.
Yeah. Why don't we end with a little Ask Turtle Boy? If you got any questions, feel free to ask it.
I gotta say, the YouTube thing, I'm digging, man. I hear you and Bristol way clearer than I hear on Facebook.
It's been much better. Much better. The audience, by the way, hasn't gone down at all. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about the YouTube Live is that when we post it the next day, you can't see the comments anymore, right?
No. Really?
The live, you can't, like, on Facebook Live, you could post it the next day and go back and you can see all the comments. I'm pretty sure once this ends, you can no longer see the comments. I'm pretty sure. Is that right?
No,
I don't know. I have to check, but that's lame.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's right. Because I watch a lot of the Joe Rogan's live streams.
Okay, and you can still read it?
And I watch it a day or two later, and I still see the comments from when it was live.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that's definite, but
yeah. Well, I appreciate
it.
At least saying you can see them.
Yep.
All right. Anyone got any questions, you little freaks?
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving these comments, by the way. These make me feel, the comments from Elle and the comments from Dean Redmond. I mean, these warm my soul, guys. It really does. So I appreciate that.
Uncle Dean is here?
Dean Redmond?
Oh, hey, Uncle Dean.
Oh, that's your uncle?
No, it's not really my uncle.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you can hit live comments and read it. So you can see it. Excellent. Okay. Everyone's saying YouTube is much better, but that sucks if comments are gone. So, but I guess you can see it. Okay, so comments stay. So that's excellent. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going back to Facebook. Fuck them. In a free market, you know, like, if you provide a shitty product, which they're doing, I mean, how many times can they dump on our face and we keep running back to them? You know what I mean? The second we have another alternative, we should go with it. And we have one here, and I say we stick with it. All right. Yeah, I mailed out some hoodies today. They say they can't guarantee they'll be there for Christmas. That's the only thing. Because I've been talking about bad timing. We got Sunday, Christmas Eve, and Monday.
About the green hoodie. The inside of that thing is soft as...
They really are, right?
Fuck.
Yeah, they are soft as shit.
Dude, that thing is comfortable as shit.
Yeah.
With the big hood, too, which I like.
Yeah.
I got 2X joint, and that thing is comfortable as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan of zip-up hoodies in general. So, I definitely like that. Anyway, did you see the story about the female and the trans female fighter? Yeah, that was a few years old. That was Fallon Fox. Don't get me started on that. It's Lauren's first Turtle Boy Live. She loves it. Welcome, Lauren. I'm glad we could pop your live cherry tonight. That's fantastic news. Let's see. Any other questions that people have? Facebook lost a great business product. Yeah, I mean, Facebook is a company that deserves to go out of business. They do. If any car company did this to customers, right, and like just fucking like sold you a fucking lemon, they'd go the way of Daewoo. You know what I mean? They wouldn't last.
Well, every company though, like I see me getting banned. Like I say, horrific shit.
You earn that shit. Yeah.
But I earn almost every one of my bans.
I'm jealous.
But you see, me and you talk on text and on the phone and shit during the week. Like, I earn this shit. I'll text you the screenshot, like, that Brett's down again.
Yeah.
Like, I earn it.
Yeah.
But the bands for, I don't know, a Christmas tree or a slain officer's badge.
Yep.
Like, you're telling me that this is against your standards. Honoring a fallen officer is against your community standards.
Then I don't want to be in your community.
My fucking community.
Yeah, it's a shitty community.
That's my community.
Yep.
Hey, can I?
Yes, you can. Go ahead, Bristol.
You know.
Sorry, I see in the comments they're talking about we need some girly stuff with Turtle Boy. Can I address that?
Yes, go ahead.
Because we've been working on this, and I got you girls. I do. I would keep an eye out because we're going to be able to address some of that stuff. So I do see the need, and we have talked about it.
Like what? Turtle Boy shirts? Like clothes, you mean?
Yeah, like what I was showing you, right? So we got some girl cut clothes. Some just more more fitted stuff, females.
Yep.
I want.
You want what, Brett? Did we lose Brett?
I think we lost Brett.
I want. Wait, he might be fucking drunk. I don't know. So, by the way, Laura says Turtle Boy tampons. Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that.
You don't
not yet. I mean,
you don't want me up your
sky's
snatch.
the limit.
Yeah, I don't want to. I love you guys, but no way I'm absorbing your flow. No fucking way. I draw the line there. Let's see. Turtle Boy thongs for the ladies. That'd be going. Yeah, I'm looking more for girly clothes. Yeah, and so that's why we have Bristol around. She'll take Turtle Boy yoga pants. Yeah. Ooh, that'd be nice. Turtle Boy bras. Does she mind turning off her vibrator before she speaks? Yeah. All right.
They really want to get intimate with us. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah. All right, folks. This has been the longest episode of Turtle Boy Live ever, and we only did 5 topics. So quite the fucking show. I guess we've lost Brett. It was a good show while it lasted. But we thank you all for coming on and supporting us. We really do appreciate the support. Don't forget to buy the book and some merchandise. And this is the last time we'll be talking to you before Christmas, so Merry fucking Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Yes, people. And I'll be back. I'm going to be doing a live show. So my birthday is the day after Christmas. And, my family's around and shit like that. So I'm probably not going to be doing the book club on the 26th. I'm assuming the book club will be back Thursday, the 27th. So that is my guess for when that will be back. No, sorry we fed the troll earlier. Don't be sorry. I mean, I understand. I love feeding the trolls. It's very hard to get rid of these people. You know what I mean? I was just passionate about that one topic, and I come on there, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's stealing my limelight? Fuck him. So I had to be like, kind of put the kibosh on that. All right, people. So we will see you all when we return on the book club on Thursday night, and then back. Maybe I don't know if we'll have a live show next week because I don't see a lot of blogs being published this week. Hopefully they will, but we'll see if we'll see it. But stay tuned. All right, people. Peace to your bum crease.